Are we
Red
rolling?
lights? Yeah,
Are we? It's about that time.
it's about that time.
Well, another episode of Knights of the Black Table. I mean, Knights at the Black Table. I mean, that's what we.
I'm
do.
glad
That's
he said it
what-
right. He said
That's
it
what we
right.
do. That's what we do.
He said it right.
That's what we're doing.
It's a
We have
problem.
a special guest here. Draco is here to conversate with
Yeah,
us.
I was gonna ask you, like, because you say you have like separate names and stuff, right? So like,
In persona, I'm Salmonella.
Salmonella,
it's like weird.
like Salmonella, the thing that could kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you want to kill people.
No, okay, so there's a history, there's a story behind it. So my at birth name is, my last name is Salmon, right? So I was trying to figure out a way to find that funny, and I've been made fun of so long, I just found a way to make fun of myself and actually laugh at the joke.
People made fun of you because your last name is Salmon.
Oh, buddy.
Shit, that's rough. My last name's Smith. I'm sitting there going like, it's a slave name. So I'm just like, yo, can't beat that.
Well, my name's Tafari, and fuck anybody who likes African Lion Safari. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Well, my name is Garcia. People were calling me Garfield, Garfunkel for years. But if you're gonna be called Garfield, like really, Garfield was a cool cat anyways, right? So you can't be mad at
Garfield's the coolest cat ever on
that. The
television.
motherfucker eats lasagna and pizza.
And beats up the dog.
Yeah, can't fuck with that. Can't fuck.
Fuck Odie. Nah, Odie's cool. He's my nigga. Still.
Odie,
When you're in a
Odie's
pinch,
cool.
Odie was there to help you out, yo.
Odie's dumb as fuck, but he was loyal.
He's not. No, but he's not. He's on point when they're in a pinch, right? Every single time they get in some fucked up situation, like,
That motherfucker was fucking high as fuck. He was just like, nah.
bro, listen. The one my favorite episode of that shit. They get snowed in, like they go to this cottage and they get snowed in, and John's not there, and there's no way to get out. And Odie the whole time has been trying to tell this guy like, no, outside. And Garfield's like, no, we can't go outside. We're snowed in. If we open the door, it's gonna fucking track all the snow and we'll be fucked. And they fucking figure out a way to get outside to the snow, and this guy sees that there's a, what do you call it? A portable lasagna stand.
In the snow?
Yeah, just out there in the middle of the woods, yeah. There's a portable lasagna stand. And this guy's like, Odie, is this what you were trying to tell me about? He's like, yeah. Because you know how he talks like that? It's like, yeah. He's like, it's been there the whole time? Yeah. You didn't tell me? No. He goes up to the stand to go get some lasagna. The man's like, no, we just closed 5 minutes ago. Odie's the real one, yo. Don't hate on
Cold-blooded.
Don't hate on him, man. Don't hate on Odie.
That's what I'm saying. The motherfucker was high. The motherfucker could have pointed out
He
and
did
said, yo,
point it out.
tried.
He tried to point it
yeah,
out.
but you just tell the motherfucker there's lasagna right over here. That's all you had to do.
Odie can't speak, so he tried.
Shit.
Just because Garfield's dumb enough to not figure it out.
Yo,
That's a Garfield
it's not even
fault.
dumb enough. It's too stubborn to listen.
I'm telling you,
Women.
fuck that dude. Fuck that dog.
Nah, I fuck with Odie still. Anyways, though, so how do you end up like here like this? Because I ain't know about nothing like this. I've known you for a minute. We don't see each other too often, too tough. But what's all this?
So I'm a drag performer. So I do lip sync competitions and on stage, and I was doing the stay-at-home parent thing for a while and got bored. So I figured I'd try to get back into the arts one way, shape, or form, and it's fun.
That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You just decided.
Well, like we started watching Drag Race, and then after that, I saw a couple bigger black queens out there. So there was somebody that who
We're gonna
I
have to
could
condense this.
associate with.
Mhm.
So Latrice Royale was a large black queen, and buck teeth, and just like mine, and yeah, so and just owned the stage. So I loved being on stage all through high school, did drama practically every year that I could, and just was never able to continue outside of it, or outside high school. So I found an opportunity, and this was born. Me and my wife have been working together and creating this and going through the journey of learning makeup from never doing it before in my life, like stupid little goth stuff in high school, like the teardrops, the eyeliner and stuff like that, but nothing to this extent. So it's fun. It's just it's an experience. It's time to get out, have some fun, and do something.
So what's your persona like? So when you're on stage?
I stomp around and try to mimic the words and some of the passion.
Okay.
I'm still a young queen, still classified as a baby queen, so I'm still learning me and my character on stage. Currently it's just an over eccentric version of my normal human me.
Now, how did your wife, how did you go about conversating about this is what I want to do?
Well, we
Like,
were
was
both.
this a mutual conversation? Like,
I said I could do it.
so
and
you were
she
just
was-
watching the show and you were like, I could do that.
Yeah. When you give you something that you guys can relate to, Fear Factor. All their like stupid skits and stuff like that. Those
Don't
swimming
assume that I
challenges.
can relate to.
Yeah, well, something you guys would recognize more. Then have you watched Drag Race?
That's no.
Okay, so you can't relate to it.
No, I've
So-
seen some of it. It's not something that I particularly watch.
It's funny, I was talking to Justin about it, and fucking, oh fuck. Her name's on the tip of my fucking tongue right now.
RuPaul?
No, it's white.
Cat.
Cat.
Oh.
She's like, she looks at me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an asshole. I'm drinking. I got a lot going on. She says like, oh yeah, just like watch a season of Drag Race. And Justin looks at her and is like, season? Because I already had to look on my face like, whoa, you're going a little far there with the season. I might get through the first episode. I'm gonna try and brush myself up as best as I can on this subject before I do this podcast. But a season is a lot.
No, like for me, I know RuPaul is
It's like culture shock, you know?
It is.
It's like I remember when RuPaul first came into existence, and I'm trying to remember how. I think it was like one of the TV shows, whether it was like Maury or
Is that dude? It's
or
his show.
Donahue.
He's
I
the
don't-
executive producer and host.
So here's a question, and it's far from where we are right now. But how do you feel about Caitlyn Jenner and
Do
her
you.
transition?
Whatever makes you feel you. Live your best life however you feel it.
Because I kind of feel like it's kind of messed up. Like you have, I can't remember the girl's name, but she's in the show Orange Is the New Black,
Oh
She's
my
a-
gosh, I should know this name.
and she's a
Um,
transgender.
Yeah.
And it was funny to me how Caitlyn Jenner came out and she won an award for
Like
strongest
person of the year or some shit, right?
Yeah, and I'm sitting there going, I'm like, here's this woman.
Yeah, and I'm not
Who's-
hating, yo. I'm not hating. I just think that there's a lot of people contributing a whole lot more to the world in that
Than
fiscal
Jenner, yeah.
year than
No,
fucking Bruce
I'll-
Jenner deciding he wanted to be a woman.
But
yeah.
it's kind of crazy because
or
here
half
you-
a woman.
Well,
'Cause he said he was
here-
keeping his dick, right?
Live your best life and
Yeah.
how much you want to cut off is.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Surgery's
saying.
a lot though, like for real.
Well, 'cause
I'm whether it is or it isn't, bro. I'm a all in type of person. Like you're either gonna do or you're not. You can't half ass anything that you're trying to do in life.
Yeah, but that's I think it's a region for us where we don't really understand because we don't have to deal with
But
that
it
stuff.
has
on a
nothing to
basis.
do with understanding it. No,
No,
situations are situations.
no, understanding is there's situations and then there's understanding.
Come on, man.
How many transgenders do you know?
A few actually. It's kind of like it's thrown me off in the last 5 years. But I'm an easygoing guy, so
Mm.
like things don't
But
bug me.
it's not as simple. It's not as cut
I'd
and
rather
dry
be
for us.
I'd rather be educated about something and not look ignorant in a conversation
Mhm.
than fucking sitting there and having all of these misconceptions
Okay.
and theories based off of things that you hear on the street and just be like, oh no, these people are like this. So I'm just gonna sit there and treat it like it's a fucking like it's a 90s thing and just be like, oh, these niggas are gay and be done with it. You know
Nah,
what I'm saying? What I'm saying? Like I'm
yeah,
not
but
trying. I'm
that's-
not trying to be like that because.
But I'm not looking at it like that at all. I'm looking at it in a situation where these people have to go through a process, and that process is a long process, and there's a lot of psychological things that go into that situation, whether or not they want to keep their penis, or whether a woman wants to become a man and has a vagina. It's a whole different situation of that transition. So to me,
So here in Ontario, sorry to cut you off there. Just a little bit of education on that one. So here in Ontario, you have to live as presented for a year and be taking hormones before that you are eligible. I may be wrong, but this is the last I've heard of it. You're eligible for gender reassignment surgery,
okay,
right? So you have psychological appointments,
Yeah.
physical appointments, keeping up on your hormones and this and that before you, the doctor will be like, okay, cool, I will sign off on you getting your penis removed.
well they have to, because I've watched documentaries on it, and they have to pass the psych evaluation, because a lot of people, when they do, if they go too soon and they do cut it off, they have
Right.
resentments towards themselves on that process. And that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm talking.
How old was he when he transitioned?
60
Jenner?
something? 60 something?
60.
You hold on to things, man. You've had that
Well,
most of your life.
You got to think about it.
All your life.
Think about majority of the
Not
pussy.
most.
Think
All
about the
your life.
majority of the pussy that he fucked along
You were
the
a
way.
little baby and you were yanking on your shit when your mom was changing your diaper. You were a
'Cause it-
teenager and you were yanking
Well, because
on
the
your
thing
shit
is,
when
does
you
he
were
want to be
fucking-
with women or he wants to be with men?
He's with women.
He's still with.
He's not.
With
He's
what?
not with her.
No, no,
is
no,
he?
no.
Oh, no.
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
know. I don't think they're.
No,
with, no, I'm
no,
pretty sure.
I'm
that's
not up on that family.
I know that. I
No,
know that, no.
they've been, as soon as she's always known that he's wanted to be a woman, and once he made the transition, that's when they parted ways. But she's still friends with him and so on and so
Yeah, I
forth.
saw a picture of them the other day.
But I look at the situation being like, yo, it's a crazy situation to be in.
Hey, I'm gonna treat you like young Jamie on Joe Rogan's show. You do me a favor. When we're like talking, if we look something up, if I need something looked up, you don't mind looking it up and just talking from the background, right?
That's funny because that's what I'm doing right now.
No,
So
I know.
I'm
That's why I'm saying.
Yeah,
Because I don't like. I want the flow of conversation to be consistent, so it's easier to just ask him while
They're
he's
not
in.
together.
Thank you.
Can you look up the Orange is the New Black transgender lady? Please,
Because
thank
she
you.
actually came to Mohawk
Yeah.
when I was at the school.
I'm just saying that's much
And
easier.
I
if you don't
wasn't
mind
there.
asking.
Yeah.
I missed her that day. I was just like, hey, people want to be her and so on and so on. And I think that's pretty courageous for her to be who she is and to be on a huge show on top of that, doing movies, doing all that kind of stuff.
She broke records, like not records is the wrong word, but like she broke boundaries.
Yes. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken,
I don't know
black
if you- I don't-
transgendered
Who?
actress. We're talking about the actress.
Oh, from the Orange is the
Yeah.
New Black.
So
Do you have that name?
Her name is Laverne Cox.
Laverne Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laverne Cox. So she is an advocate.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Blood, sweat, and tears. Breaking boundaries left, right, and center. And yet again, the struggle is still real. And I was just actually reading a news article where there was a black girl in the States that was beaten, black transgender girl was beaten to death.
Mhm.
So Laverne got it easy. There's people out there that are, it's a.
Well, it's not necessarily that. Okay. That, is that a woman right now?
Transgender.
A male transition to female was killed. It's not the first time it's happened.
No. I just mean for the famous person. The famous
Uh,
person we're discussing here. I don't want to get it wrong or say the wrong
So
thing.
Laverne is good as far as I know. She's gone through verbal assaults, not physical assaults.
No, not the assaults. Like her
Full change.
Her change.
I believe she is full 100% changed.
She's so that
Yes.
this is a woman. So
Yes.
saying woman is not the wrong thing here, right?
So when it comes to pronouns, from what I'm understanding, because I'm still breaking this.
Please don't
boundary,
go down the rabbit hole too far.
I'm not going down. It's literally on what they choose. Basically, if I come up to you and say, "Hey, I'm a female," go by that.
Okay.
Right? You know what I mean? And that's how I
Okay, so
justify
whichever
the way
way.
that I do this.
Yeah.
whichever way, right? That person was put in a position where they wanted to be in acting. So like the masses will say things like
There's still some of that ginger, right?
people
Yeah.
are breaking boundaries or whatever the case may be. You were already in that spot, like you were gonna be acting anyway. You know what I mean?
No.
It's not no.
It's
What are you talking about?
Because I'm not understanding what you're saying. Like,
What do you mean not
if
she
you
didn't
decide-
she didn't switch and then become a fucking actress after the fact. You were probably actively trying to be an actor.
I can't speak on her behalf.
Yeah, I
don't
actually
know.
don't know that.
Okay, no,
for a fact.
it's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is that somebody like this person is older than all of us, right?
Yeah, she's just a little bit older.
No, I think she's in her 40s.
Okay, so this
like,
person is
like-
older than all of us, right?
Yeah.
Right? We can agree on that?
Yes.
So, I know for myself that if I wanted to be an actor, I would already be out there trying to be an actor. Or actively out here trying my best to be an actor. From whatever age that I decided that I wanted to do that shit, you don't just wake up and be 40 and say, oh, I'm gonna be an actress today. That doesn't work like that.
That's not true.
Whatever, bro.
On
You
the
tell me-
average scale,
you
yeah,
tell
I'll
me-
agree with you.
No, tell me, tell me, you tell me
99%
someone.
of the
Anyway.
time it's
Anyway.
Okay. The older woman that played in Black Panther, who's 88 years old, decided to become an actress at 88 years old.
The
If
older
you-
woman in that movie.
Yeah, the old grandmother that's in the movie of Black Panther. She's 88 years old. Decided to become an actress.
Which grandmother? Who are you talking about?
Oh, you're talking about in the spirit room,
Yeah,
flower room.
yeah. In Black Panther. If you look at who else who decided to do it late, there's people.
Hold up. Yo, look that up. Look up the lady that's 88 years old for fucking Black Panther, please.
Yeah.
And tell me if she's been in anything else besides Black Panther
No.
before.
Queen from Black Panther?
The grandmother from. Just look up the cast and then show me the cast.
Go
listing.
Black Panther,
I'm just going
88
with the
years old.
I'm just going with the old thing.
Yeah. And like I'm saying, not only her, but then what's his name with the voice?
Forrest Whitaker.
Not Forrest Whitaker. He does the God voice.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman decided to get into acting when he was like 30 something years old. He was
Really?
30 something. He was
Listen,
already
and
in a
you're-
mid-age kind of life.
That's not a mid-age kind of life.
That is
No,
to
it's
be
not.
36 years old
No,
and
it's
to
not.
and to join
No, it's
acting,
not.
it's very hard.
it's not.
And especially
No,
as
it's
a
not.
black
You want to know?
person.
You want to know why I'm going to tell you it's not?
Go for it.
There's this dude named Marlon Brando who made it super fucking cool at the end of the 60s and 70s
Uh-huh.
for men like Morgan Freeman, like Al Pacino, like a ridiculous amount of actors from that fucking time to be the actors that they are right now.
In what sense? What sense are you saying?
What do you mean in what sense? To be, okay.
To
if
be
you
an
look-
older
hold
gentleman
up.
and
no,
be
no,
an
no, no,
actor?
no, not be an older gentleman, to be a man on the screen. If you look at actors,
What
look
are
at-
you
shit.
talking about?
Oh my god, bro! You just don't break down cinema the way that I do, and I'm doing this right now. So like, don't even
I'm
argue.
all about cinema. When you're talking about Marlon,
If you're looking at Marlon
Brando,
Brando movies and the way that he portrays himself,
do
on
you
that
know when
fucking-
he started in movies?
Yeah.
And his big roles created the foundation of what he did. Has nothing to do
Yes,
with
you're
anybody
you're-
else
are
coming.
you-
Dorothy Steele. You want to know her age?
Yeah,
She's 92 now. She started acting at
Months.
she's
88.
92 now and started acting at 88, and Black
Balls.
Panther came out what year?
2007.
17. So that's 2 years ago, and that's a 4-year difference, which means that you're still wrong, motherfucker.
How am I still wrong? She decided
What
to
was
join
her
at
other
88.
credit? What was her other credit?
I just looked up her name and age. I don't know her other credits.
She ain't got
I didn't hear
shit.
your name.
She ain't got shit.
She's 92 now, and she started. And you're trying to tell me that she started at 88.
I
and that
said
movie
she started
came out
at
2
80.
years ago.
She
then
started
that,
at-
that means that she
I'm
was
referencing
cast.
the
That
movie
means that
of
she
what
was
movie
cast
she
in
was
Black
in.
Panther when she was 90 years old. There's
Because
a
she
2-year
started-
difference.
she
There's a
started at
2-year
88.
There's a 2-year difference there, which means that
the
she did
thing
something
that we
else
were
first.
talking about
She did
was the
something else
fact
first.
of her
She did
breaking
something
into
else
the
first.
industry at her age.
Bro,
to break into
and
the
that's
industry
one
at
person
88
that you
years
have.
old.
That's one person that
That's
you
crazy.
have. That's actually at that old age.
That's a
Look how many
very-
fucking
that's a
millions.
very old age
Look
to
how
run into.
many hundreds of thousands of people try
You're
to go
talking,
to
but
Hollywood
you're
and
trying
act.
to tell me Marlon Brando is the reason why majority of all these older actors
act the way
easy-
that they act and
No.
are fucking all well renowned in the
No.
way that they move.
No.
Yeah,
No.
100%.
No.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're totally wrong.
Whatever.
You guys want to know the other roles she was in?
Yes.
She was in The Trouble with Going Somewhere, and then she was in Palms, Daisy Winter.
Just go to the oldest one and tell me the year.
Oh, oldest one?
Yeah.
2016 or 2015. Sorry.
There
Which
you go.
was? What
That
was that
was
movie?
Bunch-
The Trouble.
Which still makes you wrong.
The trouble with.
No, because we're talking about
That still
people,
makes you wrong.
We're talking about people
That's
breaking
not what the
into the
argument-
industry.
that
That, was the
my-
argument from my
Oh
point.
my
standpoint.
God.
Hence the reason why I
You're
brought her
killing
up.
me. This guy's sitting right here listening to you. You're on camera. You're gonna be able to watch
I will
this
argue
back,
this.
and you can argue it if
I
you want. You're
will.
still gonna be wrong.
I don't care. We're talking. You're telling me at the same time you're talking about Marlon Brando coming into. There's so many other actors that did it. You know what he did? That was
Bro,
profound.
can you tell me a single actor that did it before Marlon Brando made it big and was doing what he was doing that inspired other actors to be that way? If you look
To
at
be
the way,
what way?
Hold up. If you look at the way that dudes were acting in movies before this dude got into movies, it was always this happy-go-lucky fucking just.
The persona.
There was a
is
centric
what you're
style for a man to act on camera. This guy came in with this stoic attitude, like.
You got so many different actors that are fucking out there.
Name one from before fucking Marlon Brando got big.
Before Marlon Brando
Name
got
one.
big, it would be at the same time like
No,
he got
name
big.
one.
Okay, let me see. If fuck, what's his name?
The only guy that I can think of that even comes close to that
Clint
shit.
Eastwood.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Clint
Because
Eastwood.
he's a typecast character, bro. He plays the same fucking guy. He's the same as Denzel and all these other dudes. He plays the same guy
What
every
are you
fucking.
talking
What
about?
are you
Denzel
talking
has
about?
played so many different characters.
Oh my! Are you fucking kidding me right now? Denzel has played so many characters. That's great. Denzel is the fuck. Oh my god! Let's not even get into
What are you
this
talking
dude
about?
is the same guy in every fucking.
He's
movie.
not the same guy in every
Yes, he is.
movie.
Yes, he
If
is.
he was
Yes, he
typecasted,
is.
he wouldn't
Yes,
be
he is.
Denzel.
Yes, he
he
is.
wouldn't be the reason
he
for
is.
all the other
Stop
people
it.
that are fucking
Stop
trying
it.
to be Denzel.
Stop it. Stop.
Denzel has played it all.
Stop
He's
it.
played a fucking AIDS
Stop it.
patient. He's played a police officer. He's played a fucking
And
ghost.
every
He's
single
played-
one of them, bro, this man, it's like, yo, it's an hour and like 12 minutes into the movie, I gotta have my speech.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'll give you that point.
Like,
Specifically, I'll give you
Because
that point.
he's
I gotta have my,
Denzel.
no!
He's
no,
Denzel. He
no.
created his own
Oh my
lane.
god, stop it.
Come
Stop
on,
it.
man.
These people are typecast. They're in certain fucking roles for a reason. Have you seen Denzel in a diverse role? A high blockbuster fucking Hollywood movie since
Philadelphia. He played a
Since
fucking
2000
AIDS patient.
Since 2000.
Do you know how big that is? Like, are you
He's not
fucking
the-
kidding
he's-
me?
You're wrong
At
about
that
that.
point in
You're
time,
wrong about
nobody
that.
else
You're
was
wrong
playing a
about that.
fucking AIDS
You're
patient.
wrong about that.
How
You're
am I wrong about?
because
Tell me
they-
another person.
Okay, no.
Do
you're
you
wrong.
know how big
Whoa,
Philadelphia was?
Before you start going down the rabbit hole and making yourself look more stupid.
How am I making
I'm gonna-
myself stupid?
Because
You're
Tom
sitting there
Hanks
talking
is the
about
AIDS patient in Philadelphia. You dumb motherfucker. You dumb motherfucker. Tom Hanks is the motherfucking
my
AIDS
bad.
patient in that movie.
My bad.
Keep talking that shit.
All right.
Keep talking that shit.
All right.
No. I want to hear some more.
All right. He was the lawyer. My bad.
Just shut the fuck up.
Pelican Brood. He
Shut
was
the
the lawyer
fuck
or not.
Oh my! Exactly. Typecast. You're making
That's not
my
a type.
point.
It's not
You're
a typecast.
making my point.
You're keeping going.
You're making my point. You're not helping yourself here.
No, you're calling it a typecast because you want to fucking call it
No,
that.
I'm not calling it a
No,
typecast
he's-
because I want
he
to call
is
it that.
relatively
There are actors that do different things. Period. Are you going to tell me
So-
that? No.
Okay.
Are you going to tell me
Okay.
that Denzel can be a superhero right now? He can call up Marvel right now and be like, you know what?
If he wanted to,
don't
he
be
could be a
stupid.
superhero.
Don't be stupid.
How
Don't
not?
be
How
stupid.
can he not?
Don't be stupid.
If he wants
Don't
to be a superhero,
oh my
you're
God.
trying to tell me
You're
that
killing
Denzel wants
You're
to,
killing
going to be a fucking
You're killing
superhero?
No.
No.
Who's he going to be?
Bullshit.
No.
Tell me who
Yeah,
he is. Who's
exactly.
he going to
He
be?
could be anything he wants.
No,
He's
he can't.
fucking Denzel. They will create a superhero for him to be. Get the fuck out of here. Look at Blade. They just changed the character to Blade.
Yeah, you know what? And the only reason why niggas ain't get mad at that is because, yo, shout out to Luke Cage. That nigga be doing his thing. Not to mention that Green Book movie. That shit was all right, too. We be talking about you. We like you. We like you. You're good, yo. But outside of that, you can't. No, bro. It's the same with Wesley Snipes. You can bring him up, too. He's typecast, bro. These are typecast characters. They're
Played
only
all
in certain...
kinds of fucking characters.
Okay,
Tell
but
me these all kinds of
hold on.
characters.
All
You're not
types of
telling me nothing.
characters. Here's the thing. Yes, he has played all types of characters, but while playing all those types of characters,
He's the same
he's the
fucking
same
guy.
dude. It's always the
Not to me.
same.
He's the same
Same
fucking
to-
guy.
To you guys, they may be the same because you're looking at it like that. For me, no.
No,
When
I'm
you
looking
change
at it
into court-
objectively. It's cinema.
I'm looking at
watching
cinema. I'm looking at from my point of view.
That's the
and two,
amazing
you
thing
change
about
it.
art is it's all by opinion.
Right,
Opinion's
and that's my
natural.
fucking opinion. You don't like it? Fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
Whatever, yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Whatever, yo.
Right or wrong, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, well, you are right about that. There's something you're right about today, so I can give you that. I'm not gonna table for that.
No, you
You're right
just
about
you
something
want to
right
put
now.
him in that typecast bullshit. Nah.
Okay, But if the shoe fits, he wears it. So it's all set. I get you.
Thank you.
Um,
Like, no, whatever, yo.
Samuel Jackson,
Like I said, yo,
legitimately fucking typecasted, even
No,
down
see,
to
you
the
know what?
fucking.
I'm gonna say this. He's one of the few black actors that I can think of that isn't fucking
But
typecast.
how
No, no,
does
no,
how does that make
He- hold
fucking
on.
sense?
Bro,
He as a
he
person
might
breaks
play-
out of that typecast.
Nick Fury
when
is
he
not the
needs to.
same person as Mr. Glass.
No.
Period. It's that simple. Nick Fury is not the same as Mr. Glass, as he's not the same as fucking Julius from Pulp Fiction, as he's not the same when he's the fucking guy on Shern in fucking True Romance or whatever fucking movie you want to bring up. They are not the same character. They might talk the same, they might move the same, but they are not the same. They are different fucking characters.
And that's how I feel about everybody else we've just talked about. But hey, if you want to say that they're
That
typecast,
nigga.
and you want to
No,
say they're typecast,
no.
I don't
You
give
just-
a
no,
fuck.
you just don't
Get
want-
back to opinions and assholes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my favorite way to
I don't
end an
mind being an
argument.
asshole. In my
You're
opinion,
being a
is right.
motherfucking asshole.
No, I am.
You're being a motherfucking
But
asshole.
my opinion is right.
Motherfucking
But my
asshole.
opinion is right. My opinion is right. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, I guarantee there will be people on your side and there will be people on my side. When we put this fucking episode out, it's going to come down. We should have a poll at the end of this show. And you see this video, please comment on what the fuck we're talking about. Are these characters or are these actors being typecasted? If you feel that he is right or I'm right, let us know.
For all of you people out there, I just want you to know, just do me a favor. Some of you vote for Garcia. He needs this. He needs this more than I need this.
Real tea.
Some people vote for
Hey.
Garcia, alright?
Condescension is a fucking thing. Play how you want to play, homie. Play how you want to play, man. I'm here all day.
I learned from the best.
Hey, man.
I learned from
How
the
you
best.
doing,
Yeah,
man?
I appreciate you. I appreciate
How you
you.
doing? But
No, sorry.
Break my fucking fingers doing that shit. What the
Nah,
fuck
you'll
was
be
that?
alright. It's black stuff. You don't know about that stuff.
I still think you're a brother, man.
You're making me be an asshole
I
for
still-
no
I-
reason.
I still think you're a brother.
I got my
man.
honorary black card back.
No,
Gave that shit a
well,
long time
let's
ago.
talk about that then. Let's get into a real conversation about that, because I've been looking at shit, and I got caught up last night watching. I was watching Love and Hip Hop and Black Ink.
Oh, I don't know how you do it, man.
I get bored, so I'm
don't
just
know how to
like
do it.
I'm just sitting there watching that stuff, and I
literally for reality TV.
and the thing for me, and it's just like Tyler Perry, I can't connect with his characters. The way that he depicts black people doesn't resonate with me on the black people that I know. Maybe I'm out of sort of black culture, or maybe I have my own vision of what I want to see. But I remember going through the 80s and you're watching fucking Beverly Hills Cop, or you're watching fucking Richard Pryor in something. You're watching a whole bunch of black films, families coming to America. And I remember that whole resonation where it's like, I remember uncle, an aunt, a cousin like that. I could see that. And when people say to me, "Oh, this person is black, but they talk white, they act white, so they are white," and I'm like, no, man, I personally don't dig that shit,
Listen,
because you're gonna get treated like a piece of shit because you're black, regardless.
do you want to give your take first?
No, I'll let him finish.
No,
I'm
because
enjoying it.
I have a take too.
Okay, go give it. Go ahead.
Like, okay. I mean, we ain't start kicking it really heavy until like what, the last 2 years or something like that, right?
Right.
But like, you've known me for a minute,
Right.
and I'm not tooting my horn or anything like that. I tend to speak properly. And I say it properly because like this is what we're all taught. I'm not always speaking some street shit. Maybe properly isn't the right way to say that.
Properly is perfectly.
But all my cousins, fuck, I have a conversation with my brother, and he'll call me. Lately, he's been calling me Crody. He'll be like, "Oh, what's going on, Crody?" You know, and I'll be like, "Don't call me that," and they'll be like, "No, like it's not a bad thing." It
What
is
does
a-
Crody mean?
Proper.
brother, bro, homie, whatever. The point is that like the way that sounds to me, like I'm a '90s kid, so like like I think about ass or something when somebody says Crody. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you?
I can, for me, I hear someone call me Crody. I'm like, yo, what is your definition on that shit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude,
I
What
don't
the-
know.
There's nothing behind it.
No,
Like I
'cause
can't.
that's what I'm saying, right?
It's
So-
not like.
But here's
like
my point.
Crackerjack. Sorry, but like there isn't an inclination behind it that you can.
Exactly. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, bro, don't call me that. He's like, oh, I'm not even saying nothing bad. Or well, what, you expect me to say brother? And like he says it in such a way to make it sound like he's like, you know, a southern white guy or fucking some shit like that, right? And I'm like, bro, you don't need to sit here and talk to me like that. Like you don't need to come at me like that. Just because I talk this way and I move this way, like, and I've said this countless times. When I was younger, I used to say, like, bro, I'm gonna be able to walk into a conference room one day and have a conversation with a bunch of white, black, Asian, whoever the fuck it is type businessmen, and we can have an intelligent conversation. Nigga, you can't walk into that boardroom. You can't walk into that boardroom because you don't act right. You don't talk right. And you're not gonna move out of your ignorance of thinking that you should be able to move whatever way that you move in order to talk right and be in that situation. Not everybody's gonna be a rapper. Not everybody, and even these rappers. You see Jay-Z talking like that?
Not anymore.
You see Diddy talking like that?
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
not anymore.
Not
The
anymore.
'90s was a different thing, though.
But I'll tell you about Diddy. Diddy was a dude that the whole idea of having street smarts and then having fucking business
Bro,
smarts.
all these dudes are articulate. Niggas was raised off of Nas. This nigga's been articulate from the jump. So for dudes to be out here and making it seem like you shouldn't be moving in a way where you have a fucking head on your shoulders is beyond me.
No, but the thing about it
Why
is,
and why am I synonymous with white? Because I decided I talk this way.
no, because in our culture, like I remember being in North Carolina, and a
Boy.
lady came up to me and she was just like,
Yo, cameraman, don't get offended by what we're saying. We're just talking.
I don't care.
I know. You're the best.
thank you for cutting me off in the middle of my.
I
my story."
apologize.
So I'm in North Carolina, and a lady says to me, she's like, "You speak so well," and I'm sitting there going, I'm like, "Yeah," because I'm Canadian, B,
Education.
Shout out
And
to
she-
Canada actually being diverse.
and
out
she
here, man.
honestly thought I was gonna be like, she's like, "Are you a doctor? Because you're so well spoken." And regardless that I have a brain injury and so on and so forth, the thing about it is, that's the thing about
Can I
black
steal one
people.
from one of y'all?
Yeah, the thing about black people.
I see that.
We have to adapt to so many different styles. We have to deal to so many different avenues.
Chameleons. Whatever.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing where I'm saying I really don't like it when people fucking call certain people, especially black people,
Throw me up one of
oh,
those, two of
you're
those.
white. Yeah, and I was listening to Eddie Griffin, and Eddie Griffin was sitting there saying, you know, they're all different kind of
Diverse.
black. You know what I mean? You have your nigga. You have your I'm just trying to get by. You got your yes master. And you got you know what I mean?
No, but here's the
true
crazy
shit.
thing about that. Look, I think about Chris Rock. Is it bigger and blacker? Is it bigger and blacker where he goes off on the niggas, yo?
It's possible.
Okay, so I watched that stand up, and he's like, there are black people, and there are niggas.
Yep.
And something has never been said so much or said in such a way that it stuck with,
resonated.
it resonated in the hardest way with me because I was like,
But that's what made him on the upper echelon of Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor and all of them.
but that's
At
not,
that-
look, that's
but
aside from
that's
the
the
point.
No,
Speaking of
hold,
the
no, but hold on,
But
hold on.
that's aside
No,
from
but
the
no,
point,
no,
though.
but it's not. It is the point because at that time, and especially in the '90s, people were trying to, especially black people, we're always trying to come up. We're always trying to be able to fit ourselves in all
Bro.
kinds of. Look at hockey. You
Right.
got black people in hockey now. That's fucked up.
No, it's not.
No,
fucked
it's not.
up.
That's fucked up.
What is wrong with a kid being into hockey
You don't-
instead of being into basketball?
But I mean it in a good way. I mean
I'm
it
not,
in
no,
a good
but
way.
I'm not saying that. But I'm saying for the general masses, what is wrong with a black kid that lives in fucking Canada potentially
Mhm.
being into hockey as opposed to being into fucking basketball? You have a way better chance if you're fucking good at hockey getting somewhere with that shit as opposed to playing ball in Canada. Period. That's facts, bro.
That's not facts.
Come on, man.
It's not facts.
In Canada,
It's harder for a black person, regardless, to be an athlete.
okay. Hold on.
It is.
If we're playing on the, it's harder for a black person to get anywhere statement. That is that's a separate point. For what he's talking about,
Mhm.
for being that black guy in hockey, which is a primarily dominant sport, you have
It's the dominant sport in our country,
you
man.
have to work harder to prove yourself for that moment.
But you're a black person.
But
You
you're-
got to work harder regardless.
yes,
That's not always true.
That is always
That is
true.
not always
That is
true.
always true. And the
Come
thing,
on,
I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story.
But your time is different. Look,
I'll
I
tell you
know
a
it's
story.
not a lot of years, but like,
Here, let me tell you something. I'm in grade 5,
how old are you first?
39.
Okay.
I'm in grade 5, and I had a teacher, a Jewish teacher, and it was a supply teacher. And the supply teacher pulled me aside because I was busting jokes and doing what I do. And he was like, I want to talk to you outside. Come with me. And he pulled me aside and he said, let me explain something to you. You see all these kids in here? Do you see anybody else like you? I said, no. And he said, understand something. These kids here don't have to work as hard as you do. You have to pay attention to what is going on because you have a fight. And not only did he say that to me, but my parents explained
It's
that
true,
to me.
though.
And especially being a Canadian, it's even harder. And it is easier for our kids to a certain degree because our kids now have it just a slight easier than what we had.
There's mad mixed children. There's no way that you can deny mixed children at this point. People are mixed with everything at this point. So for them,
Facial tattoos are becoming a normity now.
Huh.
So
let's not go down that road.
We'll get on that
Let's
after.
not go down that road right now.
We'll get on that after.
Fuck.
But what I'm saying is, and this is the point of what I'm saying, when people go and want to put somebody in a box and say, you are not black enough.
what if you choose to be in that box?
Then that's on you.
That's
like
on
you
you.
said, live your best life.
Okay.
And
but
I
like-
and for me,
Look, this guy can tell you. This guy can tell you personally himself. Okay, if I'm in front of my classmates, and this is a bunch of fucking 20-something-year-old, primarily Caucasian children, right, kids, whatever, I can command that room. There's 30 kids in that fucking room, and every single one of those motherfuckers is gonna listen to what the fuck I have to say.
why?
Hold up, before you try and like go on some fucking tangent.
That was actually
about
my
some-
question at that point.
Hold up.
too.
My teacher will give me fucking a certain teachers will give me a certain level of respect. I'm black. What am I working hard towards? If I have the potential and somebody sees the potential in me,
There
and
it
other
is.
people are
That's
willing
the
to listen to
statement
the
right there.
things,
You have been spotted with the potential, so they're giving you that respect. You've earned that.
Because you
respect.
may not get anything after this. You may not get it. You might not get any more. You paid good money to learn. But after you leave,
No, but what he's saying is that his classmates are giving him that respect when he opens his mouth.
he's here right now. He doesn't have to be here right now.
but he's not here because you're black.
That's my fucking point.
But the other people in the classroom, it's completely different.
Come on, man.
Your teacher's giving you that platform because when you go into the real world's looking at, oh, wait a second, Tafari, they're looking at your
Listen,
name and they're
people-
going, yo,
listen,
I've been in that
listen.
position where I didn't get calls.
And I don't mind if you talk, because you can talk.
Because
You
at the
can-
end
you
of
can
the
put
day-
in stuff here.
Because at the end of the day, hold up a second. My full name is George Garcia Smith. When they hear George Smith, they automatically assume white.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is
The
is why I'm
minute
saying-
that they
listen,
see
hold
me
up. This
is
why-
a completely different
This
situation.
is why I'm saying that there's a bit of a difference. You were born at the end of the 70s, right? So you grew up in the 80s?
Yeah.
Like I literally grew up in the 90s. Have you ever seen me in a situation today, while we were sitting in class and we were discussing what we were going to do for our script and everything like that? Every time I talked, every time I opened my mouth, did anybody disagree with anything that I had to say?
But that,
Did anybody go against everything, and did everybody listen to everything that I was saying when I opened my mouth?
Did
Right?
anybody challenge it?
Some people did, yeah.
Who challenged me?
Thank you.
Who challenged me?
Thank you.
I'm trying to think, I forget.
Because if you were in an American institution Everybody's challenging everybody regardless of skin
Listen,
color.
under a general basis, if I open up with something and I say, hey,
No. Yeah, people don't challenge you. I had to think about it.
Okay, but
They don't.
and then it has nothing to do with me being black or anything like that. It has to do with the fact that I'm simplistic, I have charisma, and I'm coming forward with my fucking ideas and saying, this is the way that we should go about doing this. This is what I think is the best idea. And everybody sits there, they assess it real quick in their heads, and they're like, no, we're down with that. That's cool. It has nothing to do with being. There is a separation here, man.
For you,
no.
you may not look at
Hold.
that.
It's not even that I look at it like that or I don't.
Okay.
I still get on the elevator and old ladies hold their fucking bags when they come close.
That was my
I still
favorite time
no
of
like.
day. I love
There's
when that
privilege in
happens.
all kinds of different ways. I still walk through the halls at school and the security guards look at me all the time sideways, every single time. Every single time. I literally wanted to cuss this guy this morning when I was
Because
walking to
why?
class.
Because
I'm like,
he
why are you
has
looking
his
at me?
own.
Okay,
he has his
but-
own perceived notions of black people.
Okay, sure. And I'm not taking anything away from that. But that's not going to affect me as I walk through my life every single fucking day.
Cool.
And for most of the people that I see in my life, you were with me at a party the other fucking day.
Yeah.
That was primarily white people.
Right.
Did you
And
see
it's
anybody
two-
look?
and
Did you
there's
see
two
anybody?
and
No,
there's
come
two
on.
different fields. I'm the other black dude on the other side.
Bro, nobody
What was
really,
I doing?
Nobody really knows you like that. If you were coming
But
over
did
to the house-
anybody take the time to know me? I've
Yeah,
been to. I've been
I
to
saw
other
you
parties.
talking to a bunch of different
No,
people that night.
there was a couple people-
Stop it.
there was
There
a couple
dudes
people-
that you had
hold
never
on.
ever met
Hold-
before that
hold
sat
up a
down
second.
and took the
Listen,
time to have a
hold up a
conversation
second.
with you.
There was
Stop it.
people. There was certain people that decided, hey, I'm gonna take that leap and get to know you. Other people decided not to.
do you take that leap?
All it
yourself?
takes is one person to come over and have that conversation with you, bro.
It's not about one.
Yes, it
It's
is
not
about one. Yes, it
No,
is
it's
about
not.
one.
We
Come
live in a
on,
big
man.
world, bro. It's not about one.
Dude,
Because
if
people
one person
don't
is
give,
willing to take the
people
sac-
don't
if one-
give opportunities anymore. People do not take a chance
hold on.
on
I'm
people.
going to actually argue with that one. Opportunities are actually given a hell of a lot more now in this day and age than they were in previous day and age. Touching back on that facial tattoos and me walking down the street like this in the middle of the day.
Mm.
So like the opportunities, if I walked around down the streets in 1995 like this, I'd got my fucking ass kicked.
See, people are
Yeah,
saying Hamilton is
I'd
the
probably
biggest.
be one of them.
Yeah, but people are talking about this is where I
And
don't
that's not
believe.
even on some
But this
shit.
is where I don't believe statistics, and they're talking about Hamilton is the highest rate of fucking hate
Did
crimes.
you hear anything about Pride this year?
No.
So Hamilton Pride had a huge outbreak.
May I have one
Violence.
from you?
Police not showing up in time. Police saying, "Hey, basically, you didn't want us here. We're not going to show up." So like, between the police as well as anti-protesters going on here in Pride, there was
When did I go to
3 women got knocked out. There was a guy. There was a guy with a military helmet smashing people in the face. Like it was nasty. And this year marks the 50 year, or last Pride marked the 50 year anniversary of Stonewall. You guys heard of Stonewall before?
Nope.
Stonewall was, oh man, dates. I want to say,
Stonewall Hamilton. Can you look that up?
no, Stonewall, New York.
Oh
Stonewall,
yes,
New York.
I actually saw that.
So the
I
riots
saw
in
that.
Stonewall,
Yes.
police beating gays. It was illegal to congregate as a gay.
I watched
like
that,
It's
I
also
watched that.
illegal to congregate.
50
as
years from right now, or
Yeah,
last year?
Yeah, last year.
So 2018, so what is that? 2008, 98.
So like it's still
68?
going on.
68?
That's about right.
1968?
I'm gonna say yeah, around that
I
time.
want to say it was the 70s, not 68.
Jury's in.
Actually,
Stone-
Are you looking for riots?
Stonewall
Yeah.
riots.
Stonewall riots in New York.
In 1969.
There you go.
okay.
It's not one, okay.
So yeah, 2019 Pride. So we here in Hamilton had a huge like problem with protesters and for just loving who we choose to love, right? Pride developed from the riots of Stonewall. So our gay pride parade, where you're seeing floats and stuff similar to Caravana, stemmed from violence. Same thing that Caravana stems from.
See, no, okay, that's a totally different realm. I'm only going to speak on this real quick once. For some reason, our race cannot coexist in huge gatherings. I don't know why.
You're 100% right.
I don't know why. I can't understand why.
The one bad
But
apple.
every single time.
I can answer that.
I don't know why.
I can answer it.
But I can attest to
And
the
it's-
fact
and the
that
thing
almost,
about-
don't hold up, almost every single time we have any type of gathering. It doesn't matter if somebody died. It doesn't matter if it's a matter of celebration. It doesn't matter what the fuck is going on. For some reason, there's got to be some niggas out there that see somebody else that they have a problem with and decide this is the time that I'm gonna decide to handle this shit.
Okay,
It's
hold on,
so
hold on. Let me clarify
detrimental.
this conversation just a wee bit. Are you talking about black people or?
I'm talking about black people.
Okay. That is a little different story. Black mentality versus other mentality.
It
Other
is what it is.
people's mentality, or other. Or
For some reason, we just can't
some racist
coexist as a
mentality.
people, and I don't understand why.
I can
sometimes, man.
tell you. I can tell you why. The thing about us, we have so much pent up anger, and the thing about it is, and something I learned a long
Why
time
do you
ago.
have pent up anger?
Because when I look at how much I'm fighting all the time, I'm always fighting. I'm always fighting. If I'm the only black dude working at a white spot, I gotta fucking fight for black people. I gotta fight for myself. I gotta fight for injustice that I see. I gotta fight all the time. There's no break. That's the thing with us is we're always fighting, and then we'll fight each other over nothing, just for the simple fact to be heard. And the thing is, if you don't have the rage and you don't have that, and that's usually what is our issue, is we just don't know when to not be aggressive. We just don't. And the thing about it is that whole niggerish shit that comes down to it at the end. I was standing at the bus stop yesterday, and a dude came up to me, and my buddy was standing there, and he gave him a cigarette. And I had some foliage from candy, and I threw it on the ground. And he picked it up and he put it in my hand. And he put it in my hand, and I was just like, I'm not fucking with you. You look like a bum to me. I'm not fucking with you. That dude wanted to talk to the next dude and try to say I'm lesser than him. I'm fucking soft. I'm weak because I let him put it in my hand. And I sat there going, I'm like, you thought that this was gonna become something? I'm stronger than you. I got a whole lot of other things going on in my world.
Okay, let me clarify. Let
Yeah.
me understand. So you threw some candy wrappers on the floor. He picked it up and put it back in your hand,
Yeah.
and is trying to be all puff chest, saying that I'm better than you
Yeah.
because.
And I literally dropped it back on the ground. It was like, I give a fuck what the fuck. I'm not here to fight with you. I don't give a fuck because I'm not getting into a confrontation with somebody that's sitting there. You're a bum. And I don't fucking care whether or not that you're living on the road or whatever the fuck it is. I just have other things that I got to do. You're expecting because I'm black that I was going to be confrontational.
Oh, a nigga moment.
Most people assume.
No, it's a
assume-
real thing, yo.
I have them
Assume,
every so often.
you know what I mean? They assume that I'm gonna pull that card, and I don't because I'm like, yo. I remember I met Sticky Fingers, and when I met Sticky Fingers, and he turned to me, and I went to the car and I grabbed some weed, and he had ganked my weed, and I went back and I ganked it back from him, and he's just like, yo, how old are you? And I said, oh, I think at the time I was like 30, 36. Because I was just chill. I was just like, bro, all love, bro. Whether or not you take my weed from me, your name is Sticky Fingers. I could tell this story.
This is coming. I knew it was coming.
Yo, the man turned back. He took some weed from me. Even Fredro Star was there too, because we went to Onyx thing. And he's like, yo, have the rest of this Henny. They both took my weed. They both didn't like fucking CBD fucking weed. And I was like, respect. And they went on. And they did their thing. And the way that I took it, because he had saw me earlier. And when he saw me earlier, I saw him talking to his manager or whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to come and interrupt what you're doing. Yeah, I'm up here. I'm in the VIP. I could come over and talk to you. And it wasn't really packed and everybody fucking losing their brain or anything. But I was like, yo, I'm respecting your space. Because you're somebody, you're at least somebody to me. And that's what it is. the thing about black people when we come together, that it's. Have you ever heard that when you see 3 black people, you see 6?
Yeah.
That's what it
I don't
is.
think I've ever heard that before.
The,
I've heard in other words, we have a pack mentality. Once we're in a group of us, it just.
we become powerful,
Well,
and hence the reason why
in
they
my
tried to
experience,
keep
I've
us
only
down.
seen Asian people do that. No offense to Asian people. I'm just saying I saw a lot of people get jumped, especially out here.
Well, that's
And-
power in numbers.
But when it comes to black people, when you see 3 black dudes, you see 6. When you see 6 black dudes, you see 12. It's just the way that their mentality works. And then I heard somebody say something about about white people and sitting there going, "I'm not afraid of white people. What are they gonna do?" The way that Americans live their lives and the way that Canadian
Are you
black
sure
people.
you're not intimidated by some of this fucking shit that's out here? Like, look, I literally go through my life, and like I can acknowledge racism when I see it. I'm not gonna take anything away from that, but I don't go to class and think to myself, I need to be better than all the fucking everybody else up in here or anything like that. Like, I'm a student and I'm just doing what I'm doing. I could probably be doing better. You know, nobody can say that I can't do better, but
When I was going to school, my whole mentality was nobody can fucking talk. They can't talk to me.
nobody.
If
Like,
ever-
here's my
if
thing though, bro. Like,
I'm-
is that nobody is trying. Like, okay,
When I
I
did
don't-
work with people, I made sure that I was like, I guarantee you a B, and I can guarantee you an A. You work with me, guaranteed.
okay. Well,
I made
can't
sure
guarantee
that my
I can't
work-
guarantee anybody's shit. I work with him so that I can guarantee myself good grades. I'm just saying that right now.
Right.
No, oh shit! I hope my teachers never see this.
Nah,
I
but
work with him.
when
so-
you got
but
people,
no, but like it's a thing, bro. It's a thing. And like, bro, this is going back to my first year of college. Like, I met this dude because we were at the back of photography class, and he's sitting beside me, and I look over, and he's on his laptop, and he's on the computer, and on his laptop, he's playing fucking. I think he was playing Mario or something. It was something random. It was some. I don't remember what you're playing. Do you remember? It doesn't matter. He was playing Super Nintendo or some shit like that.
Kirby.
Yeah, he's playing Kirby. Okay, and I look over and I'm like, yo, this kid's awesome. Like,
I'm about to pull an asshole card right now.
What?
I'm gonna pull an asshole. How many black friends you got?
Oh, shit.
Ah, he's about to fuck you up.
Okay, I was about to say, throw that last one. I'm your friend
More
too.
than, more than 10.
He's about to fuck you up.
And no, it's not gonna fuck me up. The thing that I realized is, the thing about it is you're a cool motherfucker. And cool motherfuckers, and there's 2 types of fucking white people in my things. There's the ones that have many of black friends, and the ones that have not that many.
Okay, see, but that's so ridiculously generalized. Like,
Hey, you could generalize. We
bro,
could generalize a whole
I
bunch
can
of
be.
shit.
I'm friends with full-on racists, people who are full-on racists.
I've been there.
I've walked into people's houses
Mhm.
and they have Obama hanging from their fucking doorstep, like from their door stoop. Obama's hanging there
Mhm.
on purpose. It's and he'll be like, "Yo," he'll say it to me like it's a joke. Like, "Oh, yo, Tafari, check this out. What you think of this?" And I'm like, "That's all right. That's funny.
Because
That's
that's
funny."
that's a Canadian thing to do.
No, it's not even that.
That's
it's Canadian.
totally
It's
not a Canadian.
It's not
thing.
even.
It
it's
is a
not
Canadian-
even, No, it's not.
We
No,
have
it's
to.
not.
Yo, you're telling me
You're missing
you
the
and
point.
I'm not missing the
Obama
point.
is not up there because
No,
it's
no,
a
no, no, no,
Canadian
no, no,
American
no,
thing or
no,
anything
no, no,
like
no,
that.
no.
Okay.
We live. We live
These
in
people-
a place
these
that we
people-
have to adapt
Bro,
to racism. We
there
have
are
to.
people that
There's-
have literally
we don't have
said-
a choice.
How many times in your life have you heard somebody say to you, a white person say to you, "You're cool"? Like the rest of them aren't cool, but you're cool. How many times have you heard
Plenty
that
of
in your
times.
life? Exactly.
That's racist.
That's a racist person.
But I have to adapt to that.
Okay, no. You don't have to adapt to
I
shit.
have to adapt to that,
No,
'cause I
you
live
don't have to
in
adapt
this-
to.
'cause
Okay,
majority of
what is
people
your
are like that.
response to that every single time you've heard it?
Not that cool.
Bro, you want to know what my response
What's
is?
that?
My response is there's a ton of dudes out there that are fucking just as cool as I am. I am not the only cool black.
I
kid
just
out
said the
here.
same thing.
You didn't.
I literally said the same
You
thing.
just said I'm not that cool.
I'm not that cool. I'm literally saying what you're saying. You might say more words. I'm just short, dense, and saying,
Okay,
I'm not
and
that
I,
cool.
look, I can acknowledge that. Here's my thing, is that like for all of those dudes,
Mhm.
whether they want to like admit it to themselves or not,
Mhm.
if I'm cool and I can sit down at your table and I can drink your fucking liquor, I can smoke your weed, and I can do whatever the fuck I'm doing,
Mhm.
then you are not as racist as you think you are. Period. You're just not. Because if I'm able to walk through that fucking door, then
Mhm.
you spouting all of the nonsense that you spout when you're on
Mhm.
roadside, when you have an issue with somebody or something
And
like
when
that.
they get with other white people and they spit that fucking bullshit,
Okay,
it's the same
and
bullshit.
if they
No,
get-
but on that note, you can still racism is a taught thing, so you can teach it out, right? So I
You can teach it out, but remember, when the majority of people around us are white, so when you get with
Let me
other
point.
white people and you say that
You
shit,
sound jaded, bro.
I
And
am
I'm not-
jaded.
look,
I'm jaded like a motherfucker.
And I'm not
I'm not gonna lie about it.
I'm not saying you're not wrong because again,
because
I've
I
dealt-
know other
Listen,
black people that
I
will
grew
sit
up
there
as
and
a
sit there.
young kid in Montreal, bro.
I feel
it's as
you.
racist as it gets out there.
And I'm
bro.
sitting there and I'm telling you, there's other people that are literally sitting here and at black people and eat the fucking shit. They eat that shit because they got to pay their bills.
Do you know how big it was in the 90s for a kid like me to walk into some of the fucking houses that I walked into because I was friends with those people's kids? I've always just had an air and a charisma about me. My one friend,
So
my
have
one,
I.
my one friend
'Cause
said
the
it
thing-
was an
you gotta
aura
look at
or
it.
whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Look at
Aura,
it.
chakras.
If
all
you're
that
not
nice
hurting
shit.
anybody, what is the problem? That's what they're sitting there
That's
thinking.
stupid.
That's literally what they're
No, but
thinking.
that's
They're
stupid.
sitting there
Okay, but
thinking
there's-
he
it's
might.
a,
Yo,
it's a
if
mindset because the evil black, the fucking.
But if
super
something
aggressive,
goes
they're gonna
missing in the
rob us,
house,
blah,
who
blah,
they
blah,
wanna
blah,
look
blah.
to?
But because you're the person that doesn't portray that's why you're the cool one, right?
Okay, but
it's
there
just-
is
it's-
no you're the cool one because there's no saying that there's not another person who moves like me out there. It's so ignorant to say. It's ridiculous.
Okay, but we're already
so
past the
short.
ignorant thing to say
No,
because they
sorry,
are being
ignorance not
ignorant.
even ignorance not
To
even the right
begin
word.
with.
Ignorance not even the right word though. It's like short sighted, bro.
No, but that's what
It's ridiculously
the-
short
to
sighted.
be
Yes.
short-sighted is to be ignorant. That's it. There's nothing more to it.
Like ignorance is the not know, the not knowing. Excuse me.
Because when something goes missing in their house and they're gonna sit there and go,
You're
Yo.
gonna be the first on that guy's.
but then
But
that
I'm
dude's,
not.
but
But
that
the
dude's,
dad
but
is
you
gonna
are.
be
You're
like,
not
no,
there.
but I'm not.
It's not gonna be vocalized to you.
But they're
Dude,
calling it,
I'm telling you,
and
right
they're gonna
now.
sit there and go, well, he wasn't here that day, so he's out, and we didn't have any other black people in here, so he's
No,
out.
that's coming from like I literally, and even if there were some situations in my life that moved like that and I didn't know about it, like unknowingly or whatever, that's neither here
Them
nor
people
there.
are not gonna tell you.
Okay,
They're not
whether-
gonna sit there and tell you.
Okay.
Well, I thought that.
There are some
and then we
kids-
find out. Oh, it was my cousin that came in the house and teased
Dude,
that shit. But
there
we
are-
did think you,
Dude.
Because I'll give you a scenario.
Dude,
I'll give you
can
another
me,
scenario.
You can give me whatever scenario
My
you
baby
want.
mom's,
You're
my
not
baby
even-
mom's, her mother. When we were together, and when we broke up, her mom, and when she told me this, I was so furious because she turned around and she was just like, because she had credit debt, and she's like, oh, Garcia probably got your credit all fucking this and that, da 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 da, this and that, and she's like, no. Never a fucking day did I ever fucking take anything. I didn't even think about it. To utilize her credit to benefit me. Everything that I did, I worked my fucking ass off to make sure that she had, to make sure my son had. All her debt was all of her own. Never touched by me. And when she said that to me, I don't think she even realized how
So
fucking
again, that could have been an anger thing more than a racist thing.
it comes from both ways.
Nah.
He's playing devil's advocate.
Comes from both
Exactly. Yeah,
places.
that could have been an anger more than racism because that statement is still, oh, fucking, he
It's
left you.
super generalized, man.
Again, she could have assumed all of the worst. You were fucking beating her, this, that, and the next, and that's the only thing that she vocalized. And realistically, even if it wasn't those things that she was thinking, fuck him, you hurt my daughter.
Yeah,
Fuck that asshole.
it's generalized, bro.
So that
That's
may
the
not have
same
been
shit.
a racist moment. I get where
That's
you're
not how
coming
to-
from and the assumption
Bro,
of it.
there's
But that's something
people-
that we as a culture need to break.
It's and
Period. End of story. All of
Literally.
this feeling that we are in 2019. Yes, black people on a generalized are still somewhat oppressed. But it's 20 fucking 19 turning 2020 where fucking I can walk down the street and a black guy walk past these fucking black clubs, get fucking stared at, and still think I'm gonna get fucking shot. I'm fucking black. That's fucking racist.
And that's my whole point when it comes back to when I'm like, yo, bro, you is black as fuck. They don't, regardless how people want to tell you you're white, you're black as fuck because that's what they see.
But
when
it's
they-
not okay. But here's the thing: what I'm talking
my
about is I'm
cousins
walking about.
listen, my cousins literally, their nickname for me, God rest both of their fucking souls, but their nickname for me was fucking Whiteheart. Since I was 16 fucking years old.
Oreo.
Whiteheart. We were sitting there one day, we
I'm
were just
called it
playing,
out.
we're playing Dragon Ball Z, and y'all can attest to this all you want. I fucked you niggas up. You ain't shit in Dragon Ball Z2, bitch. Anyways, yo, your name is from now on, it's fucking Whiteheart. Whiteheart. Because you be talking like that and moving like that, and you're always yo, fuck you niggas, man. Fuck you. They're my cousins, so it's neither here nor there. It's nobody else can
What's
call
wrong
me
with
that.
being white hair?
A lot of things.
Why?
Because I'm black. And I'm proud of it. And they know it, and that's why
You
they
just
say
have
it.
more melanin produced in your skin.
That has nothing to
than
do
this
with.
gentleman
Listen,
over here.
listen.
That is actually
Yo,
what it's all about.
What is your background?
Is-
Are you English,
Huh?
Polish, Polish, something like that?
Irish, English.
Do you have any issues with that? Are you proud of that?
I don't really care.
Don't.
Okay, well, hold on. Here,
It's such a white
here's the
guy
question. What's your
statement.
background?
both my parents are Guyanese.
Okay, what's your background?
Both my parents are Jamaican.
Okay, so I'm white and black, Scottish English, Jamaican.
Okay.
I got Scottish in my blood too.
So
If I was a mixed person, then I'd be proud of both sides of whatever the fuck I was. But I'm a Jamaican person. I'm a Canadian. I'm proud to be Canadian, and I'm proud to be of Jamaican descent. Period. I'm not gonna they're my cousins again, but I'm not gonna sit there and let anybody else sit there and try and say some shit to me like, oh
realize
no,
that's your name now.
what?
Oh,
yeah. Listen, you know every single time in the kitchen when you pick up those knives and you be like, I'm not even
Kitchen
playing.
hook?
I'm
Kitchen
not.
hook?
I'm not even playing with you. Do not call me that. That is not like it. Two of those guys are gone. Two of the people in the world, and I said this the last time I went to the funeral. I was like, and this is the other thing about the violence amongst like our race. Like it's a problem. Like I said to my cousin, you're the only person left in the world that can call me Whiteheart. You're the only person left in the world that I can sit there and talk to about like having a wrestling belt, like us having our own shit, and like us. Bro, we used to have a thing. It's like whoever gets one first, hardcore matches popping off when you come into Auntie's house. look, yo, my cousin Blacks looked at me straight in my face and he's like, "Bro, you walk in here with a fucking wrestling belt. Don't expect to leave with that shit." He's like, "You're getting knocked out with a chair. Somebody's counting that 1, 2, 3, and when you wake up, you're gonna see me with that belt like this." He's gonna be like, "Nigga, this is mine now. You lost. It's over." No, like I don't like the division that is amongst our fucking people, man.
No,
It's a problem.
But,
It's a problem.
but this
Alright.
is what we do with on a
Hold
regular
on,
basis.
hold on. I'm gonna divert this conversation because I've held my tongue on this a little longer. I'm surprised you haven't called me out on it. Why is it okay for us to say nigga and they can't?
I'll
That's
tell you.
really what you want to do.
Yeah,
You
I am.
really wanna
Because-
go there?
Yeah, I do because the perfect time for the conversation because we all have different views, right? It's time for it all to be over. That racism to be over, right?
Okay.
Why are we
so-
still owning
okay.
something?
Okay.
Why are we still?
I'm
owning
not even gonna.
something
I'm not
and
even gonna. For
fighting
me
and using
and my.
Because
for
of
me
the
and my-
fact.
Go ahead.
Because of the fact that racism isn't over,
Okay,
and it will never be over.
it can be.
No.
It can.
I'll tell
No.
you this much: the minute that we get rid of racism, we'll get rid of sexism.
We'll get rid of poverty. We'll get rid of all that.
until
fucking-
all those things
Bro,
are
Listen,
decimated.
12 years ago, about 12 years ago, I was doing tires. And I happened to be on a conversation between the boss I was working with, shout out to Al, and the owner of this, Mike Moffat, I believe was the man's name. He had a tire factory out in one of these small towns in fucking Ontario. Anyways, They're talking about some random shit. They're talking about life, the state of the world. This is fucking what 2000 and fucking 7, 6, some shit like that. And they're talking about how like he's like, why can't we ever like get to a point where like people don't have to struggle, people don't have to be like this, don't have to be like that. And this Moffat dude, very enlightened 45, 50-year-old man, whatever the fuck, 60-year-old man, was just like, the world will never ever be without the poor, racism, or war, because they make too much money, and there's too much profit to be made off of those things for those things
What are
to
you
not
profiting
exist.
off of that word, though?
What do you mean?
You know how much money
What do
that
you mean?
word makes?
Look at him. Look at the state of America right now.
Look at the state of the world. The world. It's Americanized everywhere. Michael Jackson could be heard everywhere. Every fucking inch of the fucking
Celine Dion.
world. Nobody gives a fuck. She's not.
She's
not
good.
No.
Yes,
No, she isn't.
share.
I'm sorry. I'm
Nope.
from fucking Montreal.
Sorry.
I hate that. Like I don't.
Okay,
I don't hate
sorry.
that.
No,
Like,
no, no,
let me
like,
take that back.
that woman is a
strongly
worldwide
dislike
name.
Celine Dion.
She was. She was. And when you talk about age, and I'm from that age, I love Cher.
I know.
I wanted to fuck the shit out of Cher.
I did.
She
But
still
let me tell
looks
you
good.
She does. She does.
90-some years
Yo,
old. Damn.
I
yo. She
She's
does.
just on Vogue.
Although
But the
I'm
fact-
not gonna lie.
But the fact remains, just like Elizabeth Taylor is to me, she's just a period. She's a period in time. And now that she's gone, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody even fucking cares. Because
it's
that's
not that nobody cares.
nobody.
You're thinking about that
okay.
wrong because there are people that are still alive. who
Let me
know
let me
Elizabeth
let me
Taylor
explain
is.
why nobody cares.
You're not right.
You see this.
You're sitting here talking
Hey,
about her
Addison.
right now.
Do you know who Elizabeth Taylor is?
I don't.
Do you
That's
know who
not-
she is?
That's not the
Thank
point.
you. That is the point.
That's not the point.
That
because-
is the point.
Okay, you
Cher's
want to know
not
what the
dead,
point is?
though.
You-
No, I'm talking about
hold on.
Elizabeth Taylor.
You brought up Elizabeth Taylor.
Who's Elizabeth Taylor?
Exactly my point.
No,
Okay, but I know who it is.
Elizabeth Taylor is
That's
an actress.
50% of the people in the room knowing who you're talking about right here. And I'm 33.
It's
We're all-
my-
Okay,
point.
here's the thing. I may know Elizabeth Taylor. I'm not good.
No,
with
you
names.
may
Okay.
you may
So,
not. It's neither here nor there.
Elizabeth Taylor was an actress. She was the actress in Black Beauty or Black Stallion. She started acting.
Addison.
Yeah, I was just
Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, please.
Elizabeth Taylor was huge. She was one of Michael Jackson's best friends. The thing about it is, everything is a period. There was a question that I was going to ask everybody.
You're saying that it's a period, but it's
It's
not,
a period
bro.
because things change.
By the time
and as
that you were
people
grown
go.
up, listen.
Okay, but
by
again-
the time you were grown enough to know who Elizabeth Taylor was, I'll
But
let you talk
as
in a
you
second.
don't know who, do you
I
know
do.
who-
Of course, I
you
fucking
know.
know who she is.
He doesn't.
There's a
Right.
3-year
She's
difference.
in, Cleopatra.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I know who she is.
When you say Cleopatra, that's all you
She's
know.
not Flintstone, I didn't know that.
She was the mom.
So no, it just
Right.
I'm not good with
I feel you.
actors' names and stuff
But
like that. I know them by the roles.
But the thing about it is
It's
when
neither
you
here
can
nor
say somebody's name, and the thing about it is, a question that I came up with, somebody said this, and it blew my fucking mind, especially when it came to fucking hip hop artists. Who do you think in 25 years are people gonna sit there and care about, and to turn back and be like, yo, I'm still pumping fucking this person? You know what I mean? If you look at all the old heads, you're looking at
Well, I'm gonna
Ice
just say
Cube.
real quick right now. Tupac died in 1996. That was 23 years ago. I still pump Pac heavy.
Why?
And in 2 years from right now, I'm still gonna pump Pac heavy. West Coast. As far as NWA,
All right.
Eazy-E's been dead since 1990 motherfucking 4.
Okay.
That is over 25
But my
years
question
right here.
is,
That's
out
25
of the
years.
new
I
artists
still
now-
pump real motherfucking G's from time to time before I go out to the club. That's how I feel.
But as the new artist
Fuck
now,
it.
who do you think
who's making this? Who's making the imprint in
Yeah,
the industry?
are we gonna come back 20 years and be like 25 years and be like who? Little Pump,
Okay, sure. But who cares about those
Little
artists?
Yachty?
Those aren't
Okay,
their-
but here's the question. His question
But they're
is,
mainstream
who is?
now.
Who
But they're
is going to
mainstream
be
now.
But he
in
knows
25
who
years?
is, so there's no point to that question.
No,
No,
what
no,
do you
what's
mean?
your
There's no
opinion?
point. That's a
It's
great
opinion and
point.
assholes. What is your opinion? Who's going to be in 25
That's a
years?
great point.
Right
It'd
now,
be amazing.
in the music,
It'd
you're
be
sitting here
amazing.
with-
Okay,
It'd
you
be
would
amazing.
know. You would
In
know.
hip-hop? No.
Hold up. You would know, and he would know. But if we were going to talk hip hop right now,
But it'd be
and you're-
amazing.
No, hold up. If we're going to talk hip hop right now, the top 5.
What do you
most
know about
popular-
Rakim?
Come on, man.
What do you know?
I've listened to
Who?
Paid in Full. I know about Eric B. I'm look. You keep hating on me for this shit, and you keep trying to sun me on this shit. Like I haven't listened to this shit. I have an
I just
uncle.
wanna know.
No, I have an uncle and I have an auntie who made sure that I learned
All right.
everything that I
But
was supposed to
is
learn
there
at a young
other
age.
people doing the same thing?
No,
and that's
but
what
that doesn't
And
mean-
that's my point.
Okay, but there are people that are my age, like fucking Devin, like. What? Josh Taylor's like 2 years older than me, or something
But that's
like
my
that.
point.
These guys are bumping this
25
same
years
shit
from
that
now.
you're talking
Are we
about.
really going to be talking about Lil Yachty? No,
Okay,
Okay,
but
but
why
who-
does he
who-
matter? Why does he
because
matter?
he's today. He
But he's
matters
not
today.
but he's
Okay,
not
but on
today.
that same note, there was 1,000 artists in between here and then, and we only talked about 6 from in the last 25 years.
No,
Right?
there's
No, we
way,
talking about
no,
more
way
than-
more than
You know what I
six.
mean, though. I
Whoa,
mean,
slow down.
I'm throwing a number out there as arbitrary.
No, but
like,
like I feel what you're saying.
Louis Armstrong.
Yeah,
Okay, fucking 50, 60 years ago. Like,
but ask,
again,
but ask
also,
him.
how many
Does he
other-
know who Louis Armstrong is? He has to go to
Do
his
you?
phone and
Do you know
go.
who Louis Armstrong is?
I need to see a photo. I'm not good with names.
That's the thing. That's what we live in now.
Okay, that's not
we
necessarily true.
We
Okay,
live in
so
a time where
in that
people.
argument, I had the issue with
We live in a time-
What's her name?
We live in
I
a
lost
time
it.
where people have to depend on this to recognize who is.
But they
And
don't. Again,
no.
you have 50% of the people in this room able to acknowledge what you're talking about. Every single person that you brought to the table, I can acknowledge. I can see their face in my
You
fucking
can.
head. Okay, that's.
I wish we had a
50%.
bigger forum. I wish
Okay,
we did, but we
that's
don't.
That's what the
50% of
comments
the
are
people
for.
in the room.
But that's my point.
That's 50%.
But
of the
that's
people
my
in the
point.
room.
That's why we're doing
Come
this
on,
show.
man. Come on.
That's
Okay.
why. Because at the end of the
No,
day,
man, you're being short-sighted about
I'm
this,
not being
man.
short-sighted
There's
about it.
way more people that acknowledge this. than
Look
you
at it
think.
like this.
All of
When
your
people are
friends,
doing a
all of your
hip-hop
friends,
list this
if
year-
you're gonna talk about Davis, if you're gonna talk about
Hold on a
Anthony, if
second.
you're gonna talk about Nick, if you're gonna
Let me
talk
talk
about
about
any
this.
of your homies,
Hold on a second.
all of those people that you just
Look at
brought
this.
up, they
We're
can
talking-
acknowledge all of the
because
people
we
that you
come
said.
from that time.
Okay, but I
before
don't.
this.
I don't.
That's
And I
my
still
point.
acknowledge- Okay, and I'm sitting here telling you that there are people in my age group that,
That-
acknowledge all of that
And
shit.
look at it. And
Okay,
now
so-
that we're putting, hold up a second. Now that we're putting up who's on a hip hop list, it just keeps getting run over and run over and run over because people are
Bro,
getting left out.
it
Because
comes-
there's some huge
the things
hip
that
hop
you're
heads.
talking about. The things that you're talking about. There are actors and actresses of a time. There are fucking musicians of a time. No matter what way anybody wants to look at it, Drake is the musician of this time. He is one of those musicians
Very
of this
influential.
time. Period.
Mhm.
In 25 years, we are still going to sit there and everybody is going to say, "Oh, Drake was a shit." You're not going to take anything away from what he does by the time he's done his career.
a
because he's
possibility.
accomplished- No, it's a fact.
it's a
It's
possibility.
a fact.
I'm gonna give
you
that
can say
fact
it's a
because
possibility.
it's Canadian.
It's a fucking fact.
If he was
It's a
American, it
fucking
may not have
fact.
been the
Yeah,
same
but
argument.
people see the thing is people didn't want to
You're
talk about
taking away
Michi.
from my point.
No,
Listen
no,
to
no,
what
no,
I'm
no.
trying to say to you, man.
Yo, when we're talking about huge fucking hip hop artists, nobody talks about Michi Me. Michi Me was with fucking Queen Latifah
That
and
doesn't
fucking.
matter.
It
Okay,
does
but-
matter.
No, it
Okay, but
doesn't
here's
matter.
the thing.
It
Michi
does
Me-
matter.
Michi Me begot-
She was fucking with
I'm
them when
not
they were
saying-
building
I'm not
all
saying-
that shit in hip hop.
I'm
Okay,
not
but then she
saying-
got left in the dust. Everybody
It's
knows
not even
Queen
about
Latifah.
no. It's not even about.
But
being
she got left in the
dust.
dust. Why?
She did-
As
well-
a Canadian,
But she is still no.
But
You
as
walk
a
down the
Canadian,
street
she
and say
should.
Queen Latifah, 99% of the people out there.
because she
is
stayed
gonna
relevant.
know. She's not relevant anymore.
She is relevant. She's got her TV show. She's got movies. She's fucking on Broadway right now. She
Oh,
is
fuck yeah.
relevant.
Okay, bro, you're missing the point.
How am I missing the point?
There are certain
you're
people in
you're
every single
literally
generation.
fighting.
There
You're
are
literally
certain people in every
you're
generation.
literally fighting me
who
right
make-
now on my point, and you're making my point for me.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
How am I making my point? Your point.
The
for
reason, you know how you're making the point for me?
Come.
Is because at the end of the day, when I talked about Michi Me at the time, she was only, what?
And it's funny because, like, at first when you said it, I didn't think I know that name, but I actually know that name. I actually know that name.
That's
I
exactly
actually
what the
know
fuck
that
I'm
name.
talking about.
I actually know those.
I know that name.
And it's even funnier that he knows that name. He should know that name
'Cause we're
That puts it-
Canadians.
But that
No,
puts
but
us at
but when they go-
75%.
She
But
never
when-
would have rolled off the tip of my tongue.
But
Ever.
but when they go to say who is influential as a Canadian artist coming
Okay, but
up.
it doesn't have to be Canadian.
It
doesn't
has
matter.
to.
Bro,
It's a
you
part of
listen,
history.
Hold up.
It's
You
a part of the
hold
history.
up.
You never
Who
hold
comes
up.
after her?
Hold up.
Who comes after her when it
You
comes to
started-
Canadian history?
Hold up. And he can attest to
hip-hop.
this. You're on the outside of
Hold
this.
on a
You're
second.
Not,
Here's
you're
a-
an unbiased opinion.
here's a
No,
question.
He started with Michael Jackson, right? He started with He started with Elizabeth Taylor, and then he went to Michael Jackson when we talk music, right? He said Michael Jackson.
Is
right?
well known across the globe.
Exactly.
Across the globe.
Is Mishi Me known across the fucking
in
globe?
the hip hop history, yes, she is as a Canadian artist.
No.
For those that know,
No.
for those that
No.
know,
that know,
You're wrong,
you
bro.
know.
You're
For
not
those
saying
that don't,
Hip hop heads like that are out here, bro. And you have a few people out here in England and friggin' places like that in Europe and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
But in Africa, are they sitting there? Mishi Me this, Mishi Me that? No. But I
Up and
guarantee
still.
you that somebody in Africa knows who B.I.G. is. They know who Biggie is.
Because
they know
he
who
became-
fucking Pac is.
because
they
when
know
you
who Diddy
die,
is. No,
just like
it's
Nipsey
not
Hussle.
about. It's not about just dying.
100%.
No,
They
it's
don't
Look
know.
at Nipsey. Yo,
They don't know
look
who
at
Jay Z
Nipsey.
is.
Yo, hold up a second.
They don't know who Jay
Look
Z
at
is.
Nipsey Hussle.
They don't know who
Look at
Jay-Z
Nipsey
is.
Hussle.
They don't
He
know who
didn't
Jay-Z
have a
is.
fucking
They don't know who
platinum
Jay-Z
fucking
is.
nothing.
They don't have-
He didn't have a
They
platinum
don't know
fucking
who
nothing
Jay-Z is.
until he
That's a
fucking
different
died.
argument.
Answer my question.
Until he
different
fucking
Answer my
died,
question.
he didn't have a
Answer
platinum
my
fucking
question.
nothing.
Answer my
No,
question.
answer my
Do they
question,
know
nothing.
who Jay-Z is? Yes or no?
Because
Do
he's
they
real
no?
cool.
Do they know who Jay-Z
Because
is?
he stays relevant.
Stop it.
He
then,
stays
then we're
relevant.
done. Then we're done.
What are you talking
mean?
about? You're talking about Nipsey Hussle. He died and became relevant.
Oh my God! Stop it. You're gonna say that if Nipsey wasn't
I
relevant to
am-
them?
If Nipsey wasn't dead, we wouldn't be talking about
Okay.
Nipsey right now.
Who?
You're talking about Nipsey being relevant on a worldwide stage, and this
Nipsey
guy was
who?
not
I'm
trying
talking
to
about from
hold up,
what
hold up,
stature
hold up,
of
hold
what
up, hold
he
up, hold
is
up.
at right
Yeah,
now.
No. Exactly on a
And
worldwide
as soon as he
stage.
died,
That was
that's
not-
when people start fucking checking who
hold
the
up,
fuck he
hold up,
was.
hold up. This guy was never out here trying to make the whole world necessarily listen to what he had to say.
100%. As
No,
a
he
fucking
wasn't.
artist, you're trying to
Come
be
on,
fucking
man.
well known
Come on,
across
man.
the fucking
Stop
board.
it.
Just like
Stop
Jay-Z.
it.
Shut
Stop
the
it.
fuck up.
Stop it.
That doesn't fucking make sense.
do you
You're
mean
being
it
a
doesn't
fucking
make
hip hop artist and you're not trying to be known fucking worldwide?
Bro.
Are you fucking serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? That's fucking dumb.
Okay. I'm not gonna take anything away from that because that's actually right. I'm not gonna take anything away from that because that's actually right.
As
I'm
soon
a
as he
tremendous-
died,
I'm a local
yo,
artist that wants
no.
to be fucking known worldwide.
Okay,
Like,
And the
Sure.
thing about it is,
But-
if you die tomorrow, the people in your community that know who you are will build you up. But will we ever know who
not
you were?
so much.
'Cause
I
think
don't-
about it.
I don't have anything to leave behind. I'm a lip sync performer, so I'm taking other people's music and performing it.
But
So
if
I'm
you were
not-
doing
I'm
it
not
for
creating
years-
I'm not creating my own content.
No, but if
That
you're
has
doing
nothing
it for
to do-
years, if you're
That's
doing it for
besides the
years, and people are coming to see you lip sync, that is what they're coming to see. It's like fucking karaoke people. Karaoke, there's certain karaoke people
But we're
that
niche
get
market.
it. That's what the niche is about.
Okay, you're Ipsy character. You're Ipsy
Hey.
person. I've never heard of this person.
Yo,
Nipsey.
Nipsey. Don't
Nipsey?
call
Nipsey.
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 I don't.
You really
I,
need to
I
start
don't.
saying
I
it
don't want.
wrong.
I don't want Crips and all that kind
They're,
of shit. See
they're,
the
they're
shit.
gonna
I'm trying
like
to
fuck you up if you keep saying it
Alright.
wrong. Nipsey Hustle. Nipsey
Nipsey.
Hustle.
Because you wear red too.
Yeah.
So I don't want that.
Nipsey
I don't want that
Hussle.
shit happening to you, man. I don't
Nipsey
want that.
Hustle.
Okay. Nipsey Hussle.
Yes. You're good. Go ahead.
So this person. so this person I've never heard of, right? So and I'm not that far out of.
Yes, you
Yeah,
are.
yeah. Okay.
Yes, you are. I don't
But
know
like
even why you're
every
trying to
single
lie.
other person that we've talked
You have
about.
3
and-
cameras on you. And you're
that-
trying to lie.
That's why
It doesn't make sense.
sense.
Something wrong with you black people. Y'all need to get right with God. Yeah, stop lying to the people.
Motherfucker, when was the last time you were in church? Shut the fuck up. Like I said, I ain't trying to be right, but when I'm right, I do what the fuck I want. I don't give a fuck.
But you okay? So you've made a couple statements with that argument. So you at one point you were talking about
I'll be right back.
Canadian history.
Yes.
So like Drake being like Canadian artists being known worldwide.
Yes.
Drake isn't worldwide known.
100%.
Michael Jackson being American. Let's circle that and be North American
Mhm.
because U.S. and the States are very very similar. We just share a border.
Mhm.
So let's amalgamate North and South America, or
Mhm.
North America together. So North American people are known throughout the world as the artist.
Yeah, but you got to remember
But
when it comes
Michie
to
Me, we're talking. Hold on, I let you finish.
All right.
So Michie Me, yes, in the hip hop world, yes, I knew of Michie Me, old school hip hop, right?
That's not my point.
So she hit a moment and has now been gone.
Mm.
If she does not make a resurgence, she is not making a resurgence.
She's irrelevant in the community of who she's with. She still does music. She still is in the community.
But she is not on the.
Alright.
She's still not on the same level that she was at that point in time.
No,
At
but
her
my
height.
but my point historically is that it's fact. She was there when you're talking about the boogie down.
So
You're talking about the beginning of hip hop. You're talking about that stretch of women
Still
power.
talking about Michie Me?
Well,
I brought it back. I tried to
Look,
recap and
but
get my
look,
point out.
here's the whole thing. Like, no matter what he wants to say about it, and he has a right to his opinion. He's very opinionated. He's strong with his shit, and that's why I don't ever totally hate on him for what he's saying. Like, most of our shit is semantics. We look like we're like really arguing with each other here, but we're not. We're debating. It's a thing. Whatever. We're homies. He's my brother.
I'm
he's my
enjoying this
big
conversation.
No, he's my big bro.
I'd like to do this again, by the
let's
way.
not take anything. Let's
We'll
not
bring it
take
back.
anything away from this. All I'm saying is that like he doesn't. There are times when he doesn't want to acknowledge, and you're pig-headed. So I don't care what you want to say. You can hate on me for this when I say this. If I
No,
say this,
facts.
but like he doesn't want to acknowledge certain things. Like he'll see an artist. I was talking to him about Tupac the other day. All right, and I was like, I don't understand your total disdain.
It's
for
an East
and I
Coast,
like,
West Coast
No,
thing.
and I get it. He's from that time, and he was old enough at that time to take that in.
But you're
and
not
be-
either. You're north.
because
But he's-
most
but
of my
you still
family
are.
live in Brooklyn,
They live
and
in
at
Brooklyn.
that point in
They
time,
live-
I was
legit
in
live in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. It's
I was
a
in
thing.
Brooklyn.
You are.
So
you
I-
are. Sorry.
but-
Excuse me.
It's a thing.
So it's a period thing where
Okay.
people honestly took a point
Hold up,
on a no, hold on, no, I'm trying to answer him on that. People honestly made a point of your personality. Which side were you on? If you were on a West Coast side, then you were this kind of person. If you were on an East Coast side, then you were this kind of person. And that was between
Hey,
family.
I'm gonna say this
It
right
didn't
now
matter.
as a kid.
And that
when I was
runs
raised,
back to
I was
being
raised.
racism.
Fuck
But
with
we're
the West
racing-
Coast,
we're
bitch.
racism
We're fuck with the
against
West
ourselves.
Coast all
And that is-
day,
Hold on,
all
hold on,
day,
hold on.
nigga.
That's actually a really good point. So what you just touched on was racism within our own culture.
100%.
Oh,
So
all
the
the
East
time.
Coast or the West Coast, the Bloods versus the Crips, the this, the that, the this divide in the black community which needs to close.
It's what we
'Cause
do.
It's what we need to stop.
But the thing about it is
Sure.
we refuse to do so because we refuse to deal with it.
It's not just about refusing to deal with
No,
it.
we
Do you have
refuse to
something
deal
in
with it.
your
I intentionally
Yeah.
refuse to say the word until I have my nigga moments and come out and yes, I do play around and I do joke around. But
No,
on a
I've gotten
general,
ahead of word. He
do,
can't tell me shit now. I can say whatever I want.
Anytime you want.
I do try to refrain from using that word from my everyday speech.
There's an old lady at work that
I had
tries
a
to hate
moment.
on me for it all the time. Man.
No, I had a moment. I had a moment when there was a moment where black people were like, yo, we're going to stop saying the N word because we're giving it way too much power. And then you have
There's a
the
few times in my
millennials
life
that
that's-
came, like Tyler, the creator, that basically said, yo, it has
Let's
no
take
more
that.
power anymore. It has no more
Okay,
power.
but it does have power.
Okay,
Because you're
hold up,
using
hold
it
up, hold
and
up.
using it above and above other people. So you're taking advantage of the power that you have, which is not right. Right? As a black person, you have the power to use that word. And we had a white join this table. You're at this table. You're not going to say it as comfortably,
Listen.
right? So
Hold up. You're sitting here and saying, like, at this table, look, this conversation has gone the way that it's gone. Between me and him, more than half the time, I'm going to say that, like, I don't go, hey, nigga, shut the fuck. Like, we don't have that type of. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that we don't drop it
can
from
we
time
get
to
a
time
big
on each
account
other.
in this?
Actually,
I think I'm on
you can do
5
that.
right
We-
now.
We can edit that, right? We can edit that in so there's an account.
Like, tally them up at the end of it and be like the N-word count. Like,
It's gonna come out like later, but
No, that's fine. That's fine. We were gonna.
I don't
Look,
think I said it that much.
No, that's not the point. Here, look. What I'm saying is that, like, amongst us as homies, we don't like. It depends on who I'm with, right? Like, there are dudes who are more gentrified than other dudes, and look at this life
okay,
a whole lot
I
differently than
will
other
agree with
people
that.
do.
Is when it's me and you closing, and all the other white people are out of the kitchen, you
Look.
slide with it a lot more.
Well, yeah, like Eileen's not there, so I'm fine. But like look. I respect my elders. You know what I mean? She doesn't like it, so I'm gonna be nice and copacetic about it. With everything that happens in the kitchen. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Like sometimes I'm like, it gets tense, bro, and the intensity that comes off of you resonates onto everybody else. So you be hating on me, and I'd be like, trying to be me and nice
that's a
and
nigga
happy-go-lucky, but I'm like, it's a thing. It's a thing.
But that's a nigga moment.
No.
But it's not a nigga moment.
But it is a nigga moment.
Because look, I'm just being assertive. I'm like, he'll say something to me, and sometimes, and I know you don't notice. I know you don't notice because you're paying attention to everything that's going on as you're calling. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'm like, you'll be like, oh, like I needed this from you over here.
Can I get
And
another
I'll be
Starburst?
like, yo, I already did this. It's here.
Can we
No,
get a
sorry,
Starburst
I said
moment?
that wrong.
When
I'll
it-
say like, I have this.
when
for
you do,
here, and you'll be like, I'm
this
not.
cake
I'm
every
not
now and
ready.
then when you throw in
Or
the
something like
Starburst,
that, right?
just
And you'll say something to Eileen. And she'll be like, oh,
commercialize.
no, I don't have that. You didn't call
Hopefully
that out
they
or
fucking
something.
see it, and when we get fucking Starburst for free. I'm
Actually,
just saying,
it's a problem.
Starburst.
I'm trying to get better at this. My point is that like I be going forward. Like we have a small thing. We have a small thing sometimes when we're out. It's only on Fridays too. It's only on Friday. Friday is the only day where I get fucking annoyed and I'm like, I don't want to deal with this shit.
You know what? The cherry is the same color as the raspberry.
Stop getting
Jesus
so hyped up
fuck
about
on
the
the
fucking Starburst. What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga?
Starburst.
46.
Just saying.
I have no problem with that being 46. I'm gonna say it 3 more times to make it 50. Nigga. You just heard it. 50. We're at 50. Anyways, we were talking about rap, right? We're talking about rap. We're talking about Mitch Me. That's where we were at.
No,
Like-
we're talking about
Nah,
the
bro.
relevance.
Yeah, relevance, bro.
But
there are people that stand out and there are people that don't. There are people that you remember from a generation and there are people that you don't. It doesn't matter what way you want to look at it. Here, I'm gonna give you something one off that he can relate to. Okay? Nickelback. Nobody for the next 25 years is going to forget that band. Whether they fucking love them or they fucking hate them. It doesn't matter what way you want to look at it. When one of those songs plays on the fucking radio, you're going to know what the fuck it is. Because it's fucking Nickelback and everybody knows what it is.
Do you know why?
No, it has nothing to do with whether I know
It's
why or
always-
not.
It's
It has
always
nothing
about
to
the
do
why.
with whether
It's
I know
always
why
about
or
the
not.
why. It's always about
You want
the
to know why? You want to
They're
know why?
the most hated band. If you're
they're
the
not the
most
most
hated person, yes they are.
They're not the most.
They're
but
the
they are
most
pretty
hated band. They're the most hated band. That the thing about something that I learned a long time ago.
And if we're gonna
I
talk
don't-
about
what
the-
makes
if we're
what
gonna
makes
talk
success?
about- if we're
What,
gonna
hold on a
talk-
second. Hold on a second.
Controversy.
What makes 100%? What makes success? Donald Trump
Controversy.
and Kanye West.
Controversy.
Fuck that.
Because at the end of the day,
I don't even want to talk about that.
they
I don't
are
even know-
the
I don't-
most.
I don't
Either of
even
those
know-
people.
I don't even know
Exactly
why-
the point.
I don't even know why you went there. I
Because
don't even know
they
why you
are-
went there.
He actually made a
You
valid
know
point.
how-
It's
no, he
because
didn't
of
make a valid
Yeah,
point.
he
I did.
It's what
Get
is
outta here
making
with that
the
shit.
relevance in what's making relevance in 2019. is
Donald Trump will
controversy.
always be remembered as the most hated American president on the fucking planet.
Okay,
The most
I
hated.
disagree with you.
Hear me. Donald Trump will be the most hated president
Actually,
on
you
the
know what?
fucking
I take
planet.
that back. I
But you
don't
realize
disagree.
that man is on the verge of re-election.
He's not going to get reelected.
That's not hating.
That's hating.
No, it's
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The people that didn't vote are so mad right now. They're so mad because they're like, there's no way the guy from fucking The Apprentice is gonna become president. And then he became president.
So
I
then,
know. Hold
no,
on.
And
no,
then
the problem with
and
that is
then-
Hold up.
and
Seriously, I have to
then-
say this. I
and
have to say this.
then-
Hold up.
hold on.
Shout out to The Simpsons for calling everything that's happened in the last 20 years. Shout out to Matt Groening. I don't know what goes on in your head, good
Crystal
sir.
ball.
And
But
then-
like you know what's up. You are our old
And
lady
then-
Tsubasa, bro. Like I don't know what is going on in that head of yours, but shout out
And
to The
then
Simpsons.
he did. Will he be reelected again?
there's very
no.
good possible. Yes, there's
You don't-
very
No.
Wow.
No, he won't.
You
Here-
really
here-
don't
no, he
think?
No, he won't.
Do you want to bet on it right now?
That
Nope.
statement.
You wanna
is what
bet- yo,
hold
Quote
on.
me on this.
Hold on.
$100.
Me.
Let's have
$100
this
right now.
conversation here, though.
$100 right now.
Let's have this
You got it.
$100
conversation.
right now.
You got it, motherfucker.
$100 right
you
now.
got it.
You
Donald
still
Trump
broke
is
my
gonna be
fingers
the
there.
president again.
One, there's a very good chance that he might be president again. The reason why is the people that oppose him are dumb enough not to vote. The other thing is, if you went by Canadian electoral systems, he lost. He
Bro, if
only-
you go by American
No, no, no,
electoral
he won.
systems, he lost.
He won.
No, he lost.
No, he-
If
he
you
won.
wanted to, if you
He
agree-
won because he
he
won in
because
the
of the
States.
electoral college.
he won in the States. He
did
won in
not-
the States.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Bro,
He won-
on the count of votes at the end of the year,
Okay, yeah,
he
that's Canadian
lost.
system.
He
The-
lost.
if you count
but as far as
ballot
the
for ballot-
electoral college, because that's what happened.
Yes.
Because it was so fucking close.
He's using a
so it
different
went to
wording
the
than what we're
college.
talking about.
Okay.
Yes.
The Russians.
Whatever.
No, that's a null and point.
They're Russian.
That's null and point. So what he's talking
Not
about is
talking
the
about that. I'm not
electoral
trying to get
con-
killed, motherfucker.
The-
Hey, they gotta have to kill us
I don't
both.
want KGB
They have to
after
kill
me.
us both.
I want KGB
They have to
after me.
kill us both.
Okay, so
Kill
what
you
he's
first.
right is the
Kill him
electoral.
first.
I just want to
Kill
say,
him first.
and this is
Shout
the
out to
Knights,
Putin.
Knights of the Black
President
Table.
Putin. John Putin.
That's
I
not
just
really
don't want to
Putin, though.
die.
That's not really Putin, though.
I just don't want to die. I just don't
It's
want
not
to
really Putin, though. But like I said, the thing about it is, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, is
His ass is getting elected.
no.
Bro, we're not
Because now, because
we're
watch,
getting away. We're
you're
getting
going
away from the point.
You're
We're getting away
going.
from
You
the point.
possibly might see the
Because we have
first.
to close it out. We're getting away from the point.
You might see the first female president.
What? No.
We've
We're
already had.
I'm
They've
telling
already
you
had a
right
black.
now.
They already had a
Listen.
black president.
Listen.
They're not ready
It's
for a
not
black
time.
female yet.
Listen.
It's ready for a female.
Listen. Bernie Sanders is probably going to be the guy that goes against Donald Trump. That's
No!
what's gonna happen. You really don't think so?
No.
Michelle's gonna run.
Yo.
She's already announced it, if I'm not mistaken.
No. She's not.
Michelle Obama
No. She's not.
trying to become president.
Can you look up if Michelle Obama is gonna run? Because that's not gonna fucking happen.
She's been talking about fucking running for a real long time.
I haven't heard her ever say that she was gonna run.
She was out here not long ago,
She was, but I'd never heard anything
which
about
is
her
weird. I don't understand why a former first lady would come to Hamilton, Ontario.
Because you have to. The thing about it is,
I guess it makes money.
you
But,
have
like
to,
I just
you
don't
have
understand
to
why you
touch
just
the
have to-
world.
Oh,
You have to.
Hamilton,
you have to touch the world.
Ontario.
Okay,
You
but we
have
are
to
one of
touch
we
the
are one of the
world.
highest steel providers.
Hamilton, Ontario.
Hamilton.
Tell this
There are
motherfucker.
like
Please tell
fucking
this
like
motherfucker.
6 other
Hold on
fucking
a second.
cities
Let
that
the
you
man
can go
speak.
to first.
Let the man speak.
Hamilton is the number
Oh
one
fuck
steel
you! You're
provider.
just on this Hamilton shit. Stop it.
Yo,
I don't
Hamilton
even
is the
want to
number
hear.
Yo,
one
let me
steel
tell you
provider
something.
For
Nah,
fucking
shut the
the
fuck up.
U.S. Outside of the U.S., Hamilton is the number one steel provider. We provide steel to like everywhere.
You want to know what?
It's all up in the air.
Thank
She's
you.
still floating.
Thank you. Okay, so you want to know how I feel about what you just said? That's how I feel about what you just said.
Okay, but I still speak.
No,
true.
but it's just like that. That's how I feel about what you just said. That's it.
We're having conversations. You want to jerk off and throw it in the air?
It's just another one. It's another one.
That sounds like a good wrapping up point to me.
It's another
I just want to digress to the hip hop shit because you really need to acknowledge it, bro. There are people that are freaking at the forefront of every single culture, and there are people that are at the back of cultures. It's just how it goes in every single generation. It doesn't matter what genre of fucking music we're talking about. There are people that are at the forefront of their craft, and there are people that are at the back. There are people that want to get to the top and be king, and there are people that just won't ever be that.
And the fact of what I'm talking about is that there's people that are and the people that aren't. And that sometimes.
And you're saying that this
Hold on a
person
second.
who is not should be
Hold on.
acknowledged the same way as the
She
person
should
that
be.
was.
She should
That's
be
no.
acknowledged because she is a
No.
part of the history.
Okay, bro.
Okay,
and
but
You're literally sitting there trying
But
to
she
tell
has
me.
been part and acknowledged
I'm
as
not
part
saying
of the
that
history.
she's not
Right.
acknowledged and part of the
She's
history.
just not as high
She's
in-
just
high
not
in the
on the same.
conversation.
Okay. She's not on the same level
But-
as some other people, man.
Like I'm saying, at the end of the day, I'm bringing that to the table. I'm bringing that here, letting that be known, because that's what needs to be shown. Other than that, as we look at it, and like I said, my point, if you die, when you die, that's when people fucking big you up the most.
That's not true.
Not necessarily.
What are you
Halloween
talking
candy
about?
is awesome.
Not every
If you have kids and you get to eat their Halloween costume, it's awesome.
dad tax.
It's
I love
fucking
dad
great.
tax. Not every single the 27 club is kind of exclusive, or the death club doesn't always raise you above your success.
No.
For certain people.
Well, that's. But your argument was that it was everybody. The way that at least it
Because
perceived.
look at Biggie
Do you
and
really
Tupac.
think-
Okay,
Look
they're
at the-
examples.
Look,
No,
exactly
you can
my
just
point.
look at Biggie in
Then
that
look
situation.
at Nipsey.
No.
Then look,
You can
look
just
at
look at
John
Biggie.
Witherspoon.
No.
Look at you.
No.
Depending on
No.
what that person has done
No.
in their life,
Stop it.
it means
Stop
something.
it.
When they die,
No.
there's artists that when they die,
Has
their
gone-
art becomes something.
Picasso, or which one?
Are you
which
sitting
one of
here
those
trying to tell me
painters
that
would-
Tupac's art wasn't something before he died?
It was, but it became something more when he died.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Bro, stop.
Because people are bigging it up to
No.
They cannot not say his
Are
name.
you-
They
are you
cannot
literally-
say his name.
Are you
They're
literally-
Biggie. They cannot say his
Are
name.
you
They
literally-
must be on the list regardless
Are you
of
literally
fact.
trying to tell me that?
Regardless
Are
of
you
the
trying
fact,
to tell me
must
that
be
there was
there.
a bigger hip hop artist on the
If
planet
those, hold on a
beginning
second.
of 1996?
If those two people
At the
did not
beginning of
die,
1996.
if those two people did not die, where would we be today?
don't
Where would
know.
hip hop be?
I don't know.
And that is the
I
I don't live
motherfucking
in that
point.
dimension. I don't
And
know.
that is the
I don't live
motherfucking
in that
point.
dimension. I don't
Well,
know. I don't
we
live
will
in that
never
dimension.
fucking know.
Okay.
Because we live in that
That
fucking
takes
world today.
nothing away from what I'm going to
We
say.
live in that world
That takes
today.
nothing away from
That's
what I'm going
it.
to say. That takes
Say what the
nothing away
fuck you
from-
want to say.
I'm saying what I'm saying.
Because we're going to close out.
Okay.
after
Who was
Like-
the art? There was an artist that just recently got murdered.
Like a hip hop artist?
Yeah.
That's
Nipsey
Nipsey.
Hussle.
Okay, no, that's not who it was. I was actually thinking it was a guy. Well, maybe Nipsey's a guy.
Nipsey is the guy.
Okay. Just
You're really trying to get yourself beat up by Crip niggas.
Yo.
And I'm not going to be able to help you.
And I don't want blood motherfuckers killing you too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not helping yourself.
Why?
I don't know, man. That's
Why are they coming for me?
I don't.
Because you wearing red, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But you talking about blue, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And then what the things that you're talking about, you gonna get yourself hurt.
Yeah, bro. It's one of them things, man.
Opinions and assholes.
No,
Everybody's got
street
one.
shit that.
Okay, street shit's bullshit. Fuck that. Be a person. Be a human.
Okay.
There's no need to take lives.
See,
Created a story over that.
people can't be humans.
Yeah. See, I try to live my best life, and that's
Okay, hold on.
a story.
Because you guys are talking about being human, but like being human at its base instincts, when we come down to the friggin' nitty gritty of it, war is the best thing that humans do. It's the only thing
No,
that
you're
we've
wrong.
done.
No?
Destruction is what humans
Whatever
do
way you
best.
want to look at it, man.
Destruction is what
There's
humans
always
do.
a reason for us to argue over
Can I get another
something that-
Starburst?
There's always a reason for us to argue over some shit
Yeah,
that we
you
think
have how
belongs
many
to
beautiful
us.
children?
That doesn't matter.
Starburst.
Yeah, it does matter.
Why?
Because
It's
that
in
is
our
the
time.
best thing that you've done.
Sure, for me in my life and the way that I go through my
For all
life.
of us,
But
we-
that
we
doesn't
all
mean
have
for,
kids.
That doesn't mean for 2 seconds that I'm not willing to fucking put my fucking arms up and say that I'm gonna do something that I've never done before in order to protect mine.
Yes, protect yours, right? I've never made the argument of protecting your kid, your blood, your seed, your family, any of that. There is no need for violence on the external side. Why are you stepping to somebody for no reason? Because I'm wearing red. Why are you trying to step to me?
Oh,
Or
we're
because I
just
have an
we're
opinion?
just fucking.
I
with
no,
you.
I understand, but it's not. You're not. You're speaking truth.
I mean, we're
because things like
potentially
this has
fucking with you.
legitimately happened.
We're
Mike,
potentially
I
fucking
grew
with
up in
you.
Nielsen and Shepherd, right? So fucking walking through Nielsen and Shepherd, wearing all fucking red through the fucking alleyways, I almost got fucking stomped.
Toronto? Yeah.
Malvern. So like, I fucking stepped on my grandmother's property, and then two of them fucking realized who I actually was, right? Why are you just trying to come for me because I'm wearing fucking red?
Because that's
This
the
is
history.
problem. That's how they look at it.
It is a mindset that we need to change as humans.
Okay, but you're saying that it's the mindset you need to change, but some people are indoctrinated into certain mindsets.
Everything can be
But your upbringing and your childhood is not the same as the next person's. I could have used my upbringing and my childhood as the thing to be like, oh, I should be a certain type of way. You know what I mean? And I'm not hating on anybody when I say what I say or anything like that, but like, I mean, like, not everybody in my family per se is an upstanding citizen. Is a fucking.
But that was a choice that they made.
Yeah, sure. And whether that be the choice that they made or not, like some people are in, like, this is the life that's in front of you. We're not rich. We're we're like.
Well,
Depends-
it's the same.
depending on
Okay,
what context you
let's
want to
flip,
talk
let's
about.
flip the script a
No,
little bit.
look.
So you grew up in fucking white Alabama, and fucking all you know is fuck them niggas. That is what you believe.
No.
If you grew up, yes.
No.
If you grew up in fucking Jane and Finch or fucking wherever, and it's Blood versus Crips, and that's all you fucking know.
Oh, yeah.
That is. But,
Yeah,
so what's
I-
the fucking difference? We're changing black on black for black on white. There is no difference on that.
No, look, bro, you're creating semantics for the situation.
Yeah.
He said this shit earlier. Like, I don't totally understand it. I can't say that I can wrap my mind around it. There's not as much blood and crip shit for me as I've gotten older. When I was younger, when I was a teenager,
more
and
prevalent.
some of that shit, it made more sense. But like these days, it's more like dudes be arguing over fucking territory or selling drugs or some fucking shit like that, right? I don't really care what the situation is. And I feel where you're coming from, where you're trying to say that people shouldn't be arguing over this shit. It would make more sense if you guys were all just together and trying
Do
to
your
make
damn
money
thing.
together and fucking everybody gets to eat, right? I get that. But there's all, and like, this has nothing to do with just our race. Because that is the one thing that will go beyond our race. Is that, like, people will always.
Oh, the meth dealers still fight the other meth dealers.
No, like, the
over
people
fucking
will always be.
corner to sell.
If you're on this level, everybody on this level is fighting to be the top guy on this level, right? You're trying to be like right here.
One up.
You're trying to be right here. All these guys are right here, but you're right here. You're the top guy, right? And then all the guys that are on this level are still all trying to fight to be the top guy on this level. Like we talk about the richest person in the world or some shit like that, right? Amazon dude, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
That's his name, right?
One of.
Right?
I think he
I think
is
no,
he
he's
is
not.
number
He's
one.
not. He's not the richest person. Somebody else just took him over the other
No,
day.
he's one of.
Right?
Okay, semantics.
But like, my point is that on that level, these guys fight to be who
They don't
is
fight.
the-
No.
It's
you're-
not the same fight as
No,
It's not the same
those
fight.
guys.
man.
You gotta understand something.
You don't think
When
there's
you-
competition in that shit?
when
Competition
you-
is different.
When you get
Competition
to
doesn't lead to death in the street.
when you
Okay,
get to $1
if
billion,
you're condensing it
you're
down-
not fighting anymore. You're literally fighting to keep your money. You're not fighting
Nah,
this
bro.
next guy to
Nah,
be
bro.
richer than him.
No, I
You're
disagree
wrong
with
about
that.
that. You're wrong
No.
about that, bro.
No, because
People are trying
think
to be
about
richer
it.
than
I
us.
have $1 billion.
Nah, bro.
You
People
have
are
$1
trying
billion.
to- You say that
You
right
can't-
now because
you're
you
not
don't-
fighting me.
You're saying
Me
that
and
right
you are
now
the
because
same
you
boat.
don't have $1 billion.
Facebook versus MySpace. Two different companies. One bought
MySpace
out and
is
one
non-existent.
No, it's not.
They
It's still
lost.
right there. It's still
MySpace
right
is
there.
not-
No, it's still a
It's
thing.
still right there.
MySpace is non-existent to the fucking mammoth of what fucking Facebook
Bro,
is.
somebody said,
beginning-
Mammoth.
somebody said something to me the other day about
MySpace
That's
was
like talking
mammoth,
about fucking.
bro.
You gotta remember
Did you know that there was
MySpace
something before
and
YouTube?
MSN.
Did you know that there was something before YouTube?
Yeah.
Did you know that there was what's it called?
Don't know
But you know there was.
Was it
something
on
before
Vimeo?
YouTube?
because there's always
No, it's not
something
Vimeo. It's like this guy was telling me about it the other day. We were talking about it upstairs. It's some random shit.
You know what? I gotta send you the
It's like
video I found.
Migo or something like that. There's a,
Yes.
there's a video sharing service that was there before YouTube was there. YouTube is this huge thing.
Mhm.
When I fall asleep tonight, I'm gonna be watching something on
Because they-
YouTube.
I learned how to do what
More
I'm doing
than
on my
likely,
face
if I'm
on
not
YouTube.
doing it on,
Because
if
they
I'm not
made
watching
it
my hard
better.
drive, no, you're missing the point.
I'm not
bro.
missing the point.
The fight is real. So there was
there-
something before. So
Okay.
there, I have an info. I found
Let me
an
break
infograph on.
let me break this down. Coke and Pepsi.
They're fighting.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
they
are.
are.
They're one company.
No,
No, they're not.
Coke and Pepsi is one
I
company.
literally just watched a documentary on that. Like,
Look it up. Coke and Pepsi is one company.
Coke is
You-
Nestle. Pepsi is PepsiCo.
No,
no, PepsiCo
Coke-
is PepsiCo and Coca-Cola company
they
is Coca-Cola.
they're a
company.
conglomerate.
No, they're not.
They
No,
are a
they're not.
conglomerate. Pepsi and Coke is
Hold
one
up!
company.
Stop talking because you're gonna keep saying that. You're gonna make yourself sound foolish.
I'm not gonna
And
make myself
says-
foolish.
Yeah, you are.
It's facts.
Because if he says it's not facts, then you sound foolish. So stop saying so much.
Coke and Pepsi is one company.
They're not.
They are,
All right. Because we learned about this like last year, but all right.
and I learned about it before you were in school.
Okay, yeah.
They're both owned by PepsiCo.
Oh shit!
Woo!
As of when?
Garcia got one.
I got more than one.
But Coke is the stakes layer large or like higher sold. So
Yes.
Coke is
So Coke is the predominant. As a-
PepsiCo is the parent company.
They're the stock.
Coke-
They're the stock company. So what I mean by when you're the
So
stock
you're
company,
saying Pepsi totally bought out Coca-Cola's fucking the full company. but whoever owns the stock in the company is like
Making the action dividends.
yeah, like there's okay, yeah, okay.
It's like Disney. Disney owns porn. Majority of the porn you see today is owned
Addison looked that
by
up.
Disney
Disney owning porn. I want to know for sure.
because they do.
We're gonna say this right now. This is gonna be part of the title. Make sure this is part of the title.
The thing that I'm saying is we live in a world where companies like Chrysler and fucking Ford and fucking Chrysler
9
joined
minutes.
Jaguars. They joined a whole
And I
bunch of
actually
companies.
think we went over our time, but we got 9
They
minutes.
came together because there's nobody else to fight.
Yeah, we did. Right?
Thank you. I'm right again.
What? Disney owns porn?
I'm right again.
Seriously?
I'm right
Wait, what
again.
company? No, you gotta tell us what company.
They
You gotta
own
talk.
majority
Hold up,
of
let
the
him
porn.
talk.
They own majority of
I
the
didn't
porn
know this
business
at all.
They own majority of the porn business.
Disney execute. Disney pleased to announce Pornhub. And
I'm a crazy motherfucker, but I know
Are
shit.
you fucking shitting
Yo,
me? Listen,
no.
it's crazy some of the things that you learn in the world some days. Yo, Garcia, you got 2. No, I'll give
got
you
more than 2,
I'll give you
motherfucker.
no, you don't.
I got more
No,
than
you
2.
don't. You got 3.
I got more than-
You got 3.
I
You
got
got
more
3.
than- that's more than 2.
You got 3.
That's
You
more
got
than
3.
2.
I'll give you 3.
The fact that
Garcia got 3.
the fact that what I want to
Disney owns Pornhub, motherfuckers. Every single time that you wank your shit, you are wanking your shit
Yo,
to
remember-
Princess motherfucking
remember,
Jasmine, bro.
Pornhub is the most hit site on the planet. When you say Pornhub, it is literally the
What else do they own, Addison? Hold on,
So
hold
I
on.
was trying to say.
I'm fine. You guys.
What I was trying to say is I found an infographic of what the most clicked websites were. I'm going to send it to you.
Sure.
And it from like '96, like the birth of internet, it like transitioned from AOL to Yahoo to Google showing up, and some of these websites that I don't.
It's not necessarily a transition thing. What happened is that like these companies didn't keep up with how fast technology was.
No, they
moving.
kept
No.
No,
They're,
they
they're,
didn't.
when you see
AOL
the
did not catch up.
No.
Yes, they did. At one point in
You-
time,
you gotta remember,
hold on.
AOL
when you watch that
merged.
infographic, you're gonna.
AOL
Bro, I'm
merged
telling
with
you.
Windows, and when they merged
was
with
with
Windows,
Yahoo.
They merged,
And
with-
then they merged to
no,
Yahoo.
You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong.
You- listen.
You guys are wrong. They merged with Time Warner, bro.
Time Warner is fucking Yahoo. AOL is Time Warner.
Yes.
Okay, well I'll give you that AOL is Time Warner now, but like
AOL was always Time
no,
Warner.
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't not in the beginning.
No, it wasn't.
It is just Pornhub, and they get money for like any parodies.
Yeah.
They get money for
So
all
if you
of
do
it.
fucking Princess Jasmine porn,
If
All
you
of
do
it.
an Avengers porn, Disney's getting paid off that
All of
shit.
it.
Cool, Fox, Captain Marvel. Disney is getting money from that.
Yeah, they make money out. The fact of what I'm trying to say about where we are, we live in a conglomerate. We can't fight anymore. That's what my whole point is. When you're a billionaire and you're literally up there, you're literally just trying to make as much money for you as possible. Jay-Z's not trying to fucking outdo Dr. Dre.
I hope all of
He's
you
doing
realize
him.
that this kid's gonna be one of those. People
Ray
where-
J just made a fucking
He's gonna be
$200
one of
million
those people.
deal
Fuck
on
yeah,
his
this
fucking
is
scooter bikes.
What am I gonna be?
a millionaire.
Hey man, I'm rolling my dice on you, man, because the movie that you told me about, I'll write some shit in there too, man. We make the shit happen.
I'm telling you.
I'll be
right
the
now.
producer.
Yeah,
I
he
learned
prob-
some shit.
He
I learned
probably,
some
he
shit.
probably won't do that.
Producer credits.
He did say to me the other day that I could be a producer, which was really nice, and I don't know if he was being sincere.
I
but
was.
It's a thing.
okay. So
We got to build on our friendship. We got time. We got time. I'm not gonna make you drink my Kool-Aid. But
Yeah. All right.
'Cause
we
you
gotta
drank
wrap
all
this
that
up. We
shit?
gotta wrap
I drink that shit every day,
this
man.
up. Hey, we've been talking a lot of shit. We're probably gonna have to revisit this. There's a lot more stuff that we got to talk about that comes to drag, because I don't understand all of that stuff.
I think
And
we hit on some really great conversation with that, and definitely we're gonna bring you back on the show to
So
talk
that
about
was me.
more.
Was it you?
Yeah, that was me. That was that infographic.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I'd love to come back and talk about more.
I think it was a great show.
this was a lot more than I was expecting. This is fun.
That's what we do it for. So
My show's
to wrap
awesome.
up, Knights at the Black
My
Table,
bad. I apologize.
Draco,
Our show is awesome.
Salmonella.
Seminole.
Oh yeah, yo, plug yourself, yo. Wherever people can. find
You
or
can catch
some
me
shit.
on Instagram at Salmon68Ella, Facebook Salmonella, Twitter Salmon68Ella because I just started that. I'm doing shows here in Hamilton. Catch me on my Twitter my Instagram and my Facebook to find out where I'm going and or to book me. So yay!
You already know what it is. Knights at the Black Table. We keep it real for you. I think this is a good one. This is a good one.
Yes, it was.
This is a good one.
Yes, it was.
All right.
Do I get knighted now?
No.
No,
Damn it!
What you talking about?
we haven't done it anybody.
The
on the show.
Knights of the Black
Nah,
Table, right?
no.
So
There's like literally, if we were gonna talk about like nomination for somebody getting knighted, there's literally only one person I have in mind right now.
Probably the same person.
You could at least been nice to me and like
Trey?
lied.
AJ?
AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably the only person right now who can.
When did you get the glitter
No.
on your face?
What? What are you talking about? Anyways,
We out.
we out, yo. we out. We're done with this.